Hello and welcome to This Week in Laker Football. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside West Bloomfield Lakers head coach Tyrese Grice. Coach Grice coming off in a really excellent performance overall at Southfield A&T. Going on the road, it's a rivalry game. You talked about how important that is to how important that game is for all your players and for those guys on Southfield A&T. Your overall thoughts on the performance of the Lakers last week at Southfield?
I just feel that our players came ready to play. We know this is a high-power offense, so you're not going to shut them down. But we had to shut down certain players, and we was able to do that. Although the running game with the quarterback, that's where they got most of their production from. But we was able to withstand some drives and come up with some big plays. Interception by Samaj Morgan was a big play inside the red zone. So those were the type of plays that we was able to make throughout that game. But we came prepared and we were able to execute some of the plays. We did a poor job against the run in certain situations against the counter, but we're going to get back in the drawing board this week and fix that.
In terms of shutting down certain players, one I think of off the top of my head is Tashi Braceful, one of the best receivers in the state of Michigan and certainly one of the best in the OAA Red Division. What was the difference maker in that matchup going up against Deontay Pippen that for you schematically leading this defense and for your defensive backs coach, making that matchup so critical in this game and ultimately Deontay's play?
Well, eventually, we was initially was going to have Lorenzo Williams follow him everywhere he goes. We felt that was a matchup that we can take, but unfortunately Lorenzo was injured and he was not able to play, although he'd be back next week. So we went to Dante Pippen, who was also a nickel in some packages, so he's been practicing at D-back throughout the year, although he's a wide receiver. So we brought him on board and said, hey, you're going to check the number one guy. There was the fastest guy, and Pippen's one of the fastest guys on our team. So we just, by him playing receiver, that gives him an advantage of what kind of routes they was running and how to defend that as well, by him playing that position. So that's an advantage to him, just knowing that how to play the receiver and what they look for. So he did a good job, and after practice, Coach Dickerson and the D-backs, they got it a little more practice, about another 15 minutes, just working on technique and fundamentals. And Pippen just stepped up, and he was MVP of the game. And if you could shut that production down, which is represent almost 70% of the offense in terms of touchdown catches, then you do a good job.
Yeah, less than a handful of receptions for Tashi Braceful in those one-on-ones with Deontay Pippen on Friday night. Coach, a really unfortunate situation early on in the game. One of the first offensive plays of the second drive for Southfield A&T, they had a player go down. Royce Liggins had a pretty serious injury, and there was a delay of about 30 minutes or so on the field in those weather conditions later on of a start than normal. How did that affect your team, if anything, or better yet, what did your team do, and you and your coaching staff, your leaders, to keep your team prepared to continue to play that football game, especially given the emotions certainly that were there in that situation?
Well, first of all, I would like to put out a prayer to the family of the young man that got injured. I talked to the head coach yesterday, and he told me he would be fine. He's out for the season, but it's not as severe as it appeared on school at the game. So so hopefully he come back and recover. Fortunately, he has another year, so hopefully we'll see him next year. Secondly, I think that time kind of like it's kind of difficult to measure that because guys are standing around and just you don't want to get tight, so we kind of loosen up and making sure we continue to stretch and some of the defensive coaches. But we was more concerned with the young man more than anything. So as a coaching staff, we was kind of like, okay, let's see what's going on here. But we didn't. Football is secondary when it comes down to those type of injuries. So we want to make sure that hey, this young man is doing well. But at the same time, our players got to make sure they stretch out and keep their mind focused. And when an injury occurred, you could see the expression on our players because it was near our bench, and some guys basically couldn't watch and turn around like, wow. But fortunately, the player, this injury was as severe as they thought it appears on TV, but hopefully it come back healthy.
Thoughts also with Royce Liggins and the entire Southfield A&T team and their families, too, after that situation on Friday night. Beyond that, the rest of that game, Lakers taking care of business. On the offensive side of the ball, just like we talked about last week, moving up the field pretty quickly and making plays and getting those big chunk plays, too. One of the key drives I really think about as being indicative of this team's ability to put its playmakers in the critical positions and make plays was at the end of the first half. That last drive, a little bit of frustration as drive was getting closer to the end zone, attempting to move up the field by the air, and a few deflections, a couple incompletions, but ultimately we were able to answer on that fourth down play from Samaj Morgan to DeAndre Hill. What does that sort of a drive do for your team to get them ready for the high competition this coming week against Utica Eisenhower, and certainly for the playoffs and those kinds of situations where frustration certainly could be coming into play?
Well, we practice 2-minute drive every week. So that's when they all come into. But the situation during that time frame was we wanted to kick a field goal, but the time was running out. We didn't have the personnel out there because one person said, let's go for it. Another person, and I was saying, let's kick it. But that moment of where guys just stepped up and Samaj stepped up and people don't know we only had 9 players on the field, so that kind of confused. And throughout all that confusion, at the end of the day, your playmakers make play. You can draw it up however you want to draw it up, but you let your playmakers make plays, and that's what happened in that situation where Samaj rolled out and Andre Hill was wide open and he caught in front of 2 people. So that was a good play by Andre Hill and Samaj Morgan to be able to come together on that play.
Yeah, that play terminating with about 17 seconds, a little under 17 seconds to play in the half, and put the Lakers up by 14 points as opposed to 7 points, with Southfield getting the ball to start the second half. And Coach, defensively, you talked about your team executing almost to full strength, the only issue really being the running game, particularly with Isaiah Marshall. Was that more of Southfield's ability to execute those plays and put Isaiah Marshall into opportune spots, or was that something that you believe your team needs to improve on this coming week in terms of going up against mobile quarterbacks in those kinds of situations?
Well, it was all scheme, personnel. When we lost Kari Jackson in the middle, we also lost our backup middle linebacker too, so I had to take my outside linebacker and move it to the inside, take my inside linebacker to the middle, so they wasn't reading the counter. And that's something we're going to work on in practice throughout the week, because if I was watching that film, that's where I would attack me at. So we're going to make sure that those guys know how to read the counter. We know how to defend it, and it wasn't no surprise to us. It just wasn't executed on our part. And so those guys are going to make sure that we just spend a little more extra time on how to read the counter, and that's a tough play for any defense to try to defend. But you got to make sure you know what you're doing.
We're joined by Coach Tyrese Rice. The Lakers taking care of business last week at Southfield A&T. This week they'll come home for the regular season finale against Utica Eisenhower. Coach, those final takeaways from Friday's game against Southfield A&T, a long game, but an important game in this team's schedule to really show these guys and show really the state of Michigan what this Lakers team is capable of. Any lasting thoughts on that game and what it implies for the rest of this season for the Lakers?
Well, it's opportunity to play in front of a big game, in front of big crowds, and be on TV and so forth, to let the world see what West Bloomfield football is all about. And hopefully people got a taste of the kind of team we have. But what I also take away was the opportunity for our backups. We had a lot of guys out. What people don't know, we have 4 or 5 starters out that week and a couple of our backups out. So we had about 7 or 8 guys, if you include the backup. So we had some guys moved around and shifted around. And for example, Pippen, he's not a D-back for us, and he plays wide receiver, so he stepped up. And I contribute to our coaching staff getting those guys ready for a big game like this.
Big game coming up Friday, too. Season finale for the regular season for the Lakers at home against Utica Eisenhower. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, back to regular time this week. And, of course, you can find that at CivicCenterTV.com/LakersSports. We'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We'll talk to Deontay Pippen, talk to DeAndre Hill, both sides of the ball, defense and offense, and then come back and we'll preview this week's game against Utica Eisenhower. You're watching and listening to This Week in Laker Football. 3rd and 5 for the Lakers. Samaj Morgan now in a quarterback in the shotgun. Bunch formation in the backfield. Snap to Morgan, hand off to Rogers. Going to get the first down and more. At the 20, still on his feet. Down to the 10. Chasing and getting away and into the end zone. Touchdown, WB.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show. Hey Laker fans, do you know a friend or neighbor that volunteers in Greater West Bloomfield? We would love to help you recognize them at the 51st Annual Michigan Week Awards. Countless members of the communities of Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and West Bloomfield give their time and talent daily without regard for recognition. You can help recognize these individuals and organizations at our awards breakfast next year on May 12, 2023. Nominate your neighbor or organization starting January 28, 2023. Go to michiganweek.org for details.
Welcome back to This Week in Laker Football. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside West Bloomfield receiver and defensive back Deontay Pippen. A big game for you on the defensive side of the ball this week at Southfield A&T, a key performance. You were able to shut down one of the best wide receivers in the entire state, in Tashi Braceville. What made the difference, particularly in preparation for this game, for you to be ready to go up in that particular matchup, arguably the toughest of the night?
Every day this whole week I've been prepared for that. Every day after practice, stay like 15 minutes, me and all the DBs, I have to get some extra work in. Just, get ready for this game. It's a big game. They had good receivers, and we just got better DBs.
Yeah, great DBs here at West Bloomfield High School. We talked last week to Coach Dickerson about the defensive backs, and we've spoken so much about the play of these defensive backs over the last few weeks. Do you feel like that this core is hitting its stride at the perfect time, Deontay?
Yes, definitely, especially with our competition rising, especially since playoffs is coming up too. It's good to have our DBs good and locked in.
Having these last few weeks of the season going up against teams like Southfield A&T a few weeks ago, going up against Lake Orion, it's also a very good team in the receiving core, and then this week going up against Utica Eisenhower. For you as a defensive player, how does that help you to get ready for what's going to be even a higher competition come playoff time?
It's just going to get me ready. I don't know, it's just going to get me ready. Like, I'm just ready for whoever line up against me.
It doesn't help each week. How does it help to go up against that kind of competition week to week, knowing that this receiving core too is so stacked here at West Bloomfield between Samaj and Trenton and guys down the line like Jaden and so on that are able to play at high-level football Monday through Thursday? How does that help you prepare for Friday?
Them guys definitely help me get better at DB also. They're top dogs in the state, so that definitely helps my game a lot.
Having that game on a big stage on Friday, Bally Sports covered the game at Southfield A&T. Of course, we were there, and so many other eyes from around the state on that particular ball game. We saw the big entrance from Penn State football coach James Franklin into that ball game. That add any sort of added sense of we got to have a big game out here, and I got to go out there and play my best football.
I didn't even know that was him at first. People was telling me different things, but yeah, it was good to perform in front of big-time coaches like him.
We're joined by Deontay Pippen on This Week in Laker Football, West Bloomfield High School wide receiver and also safety. On the offensive side of the ball, things still really moving quickly for the West Bloomfield Lakers, having that high-powered offense that can move up the field so quickly. For you also playing on the defensive side of the ball, does that kind of quick, high firepower offense help you as a defender stay ready for those kinds of situations, or those kinds of situations where you're playing with so much speed on offense and then going right back out there on defense? Does that just create another big challenge for you?
Yeah, it does. That's why we just keep working at practice, get my body ready for that type of situation, because going back on offense and going playing defense at the same time is very tiring. So we just prepare and get ready for that.
Deontay Pippen is with us on This Week in Laker Football, West Bloomfield High School wide receiver, and, of course, defensive back with a huge game last week Friday at Southfield A&T as the Lakers pick up a big win to finish their OAA division play. Deontay, for you in this defensive back core, what do you need to do to take that next step as we get ready for playoff time this last week coming up against Utica Eisenhower in the regular season, and then be ready to compete at a state championship level?
Just keep grinding, keep working. We're just going to be ready for anything that comes against us.
It's going to be tough competition going into West Bloomfield this Friday for Utica Eisenhower and certainly any other teams that will likely be coming to West Bloomfield High School in the first couple weeks of the playoffs, maybe even more depending on how this week goes at West Bloomfield High School. Deontay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, and thank God.
Appreciate having Deontay on with us again this week. This has been This Week in Laker Football. We'll take a break. On the other side, we'll talk to another West Bloomfield Laker player, and then we'll talk to head coach Tyrese Grice about this week's upcoming game against Utica Eisenhower. You're watching and listening to This Week in Laker Football. Trips to the left for Marshall. Going to take the snap. Gets some time. Going to look down the field again to Braceville. Finally complete and then knocked out by Deontay Pippen. This guy is on fire. You can't get anything past 7 if you're Southfield A&T tonight.
If your pet could tell you where you should shop for him or her, it'd be a place run by pet lovers. With hard-to-find food, toys, and gifts, with pet-friendly people and services, and great advice from people who really know pets, it'd be a place where his friends hang out, even that old guy, where there's a surprise around every corner. If your pets could tell you, they'd recommend Premier Pet Supply, but pets can't talk. Or can they? Premier Pet Supply, the place pets love.
Plan a day out, enjoy an exquisite dinner, or soak in the atmosphere at Orchard Mall in the heart of West Bloomfield. Between Maple and Orchard Lake Road, capture the moment at Frameable Faces. Wrap up your back-to-school shopping at Guys and Gals, or get presents for your pet at Premier Pet Supply, and so much more. Visit the Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield, and consider visiting November 26th for their Small Business Saturday. Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield.
Welcome back to This Week in Laker Football. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside West Bloomfield Lakers tight end DeAndre Hill. DeAndre, another big game this past week at Southfield A&T. You think about that big drive at the end of the first half. You and Smaj really working hard to move up the field and give you guys some opportunities to get on the board before Southfield took over to begin the second half. At that point in time, it's a 7-point game. As you're approaching that play where you ultimately did bring the ball in the end zone, what was kind of going through your mind and your offensive's mind, knowing that that's such a critical point of that game with Southfield having a little bit of momentum?
We just wanted to score before the half. They was getting ball the next quarter, so we wanted to put more points on the board.
What was the difference maker in terms of route running and getting out ahead of their secondary? Because they did, before that play, they were able to get in front of you guys a couple of times and cause some deflections, cause some incomplete passes. What was the difference maker on that play that got you in the end zone, especially in the back of the end zone where you were able to make that athletic play?
They had a couple good plays, but we just kept our head up and, we believed that we could score, and that's what we did.
Handful of touchdowns so far this season for DeAndre Hill of the West Bloomfield Lakers, picking it up over the last few weeks, becoming a key target for the West Bloomfield Lakers offense. And DeAndre, for you, given that increased role this season, what's that experience been like for you, knowing that you're going to be getting a large sum of targets each week from whoever is playing at the quarterback position?
I've just been prepared for everything. I just stay ready. For whoever's at quarterback and whoever, be ready.
Joined by DeAndre Hill on This Week in Laker Football, West Bloomfield Lakers tight end. And DeAndre, in terms of your game, you play an interesting game for a tight end. And we've seen the tight end position change significantly over the last 5 to 10 years, really, from being more of a blocking position that occasionally gets targeted for those offensive plays to being essentially a bigger version of a wide receiver in the most offenses. So for you as a tight end, what are some of those players at that next level that you look to kind of model your game off of, or at least admire your game and maybe study some of the way they play ball?
I just watch a lot of tight ends and what they do, and people say I play like a receiver and a tight end, so I just mix up my game a lot and mimic what other people do and try to get better at what I can do and try to do better a lot.
One of the sayings of this team, one of the mantras of the West Bloomfield Lakers football team is iron sharpens iron. Going up against such a prolific defense like West Bloomfield's had, some of the best defenses in the state in the last several years, and a great performance all throughout the season for this defense so far. How does that help you adjust each week to going up against, especially the increased competition that you're going to see the last couple weeks of the season as you go into the playoffs?
Like you said, iron sharpen iron. Come for practice. We got a great defense. We all get great, and they help me get great too at what I do.
What are your aspirations beyond West Bloomfield High School? You want to continue with the game of football? Is that something you're looking forward to? And how does this help you prepare to achieve some of those goals?
I'm looking forward to taking it to the next level. And this school here, they teach you a lot. They get you what you really need to go. They help you with a lot of things to get to the next level.
Outside of the game of football, DeAndre, we like to ask this of all the players we have on for the first time. What are some of your favorite activities beyond the gridiron?
I just like to hang out with my football friends, and we like to go bowling and stuff like that, have fun.
A few bowlers on this team. We talked to Deontay Pippen early on the show, and the first time we had him on this season, he told us about his love for bowling. What's your high score, if you know it?
I would say I think it's a 230, my max. Yeah.
That's right around where Deontay has. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's in the 200. So some competition even here in the bowling alley at West Bloomfield High School. DeAndre, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. On the other side, we'll talk to head coach Tyrese Grice about this upcoming week's game against Utica Eisenhower. Big game to finish off the regular season before we head into playoff time. You're watching and listening to This Week in Laker Football. Empty backfield for Samaj. Joshua Tate and DeAndre Hill to his right, Trenton Allison to his left. Snap to Morgan, gonna look to the end zone. Rolls outside the pocket, doesn't get an open receiver. Now he sees one, throws it in the end zone. Intended for DeAndre Hill, and it is caught. Touchdown, WB. 4th down and 10. You call your playmaker to make a play, and he makes a play. Gets that ball in the perfect spot for DeAndre Hill. Uses his size and leaping ability to his advantage, and puts the Lakers back on the board.
What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on the MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch the MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV 89.3 and streaming on mymytv.com.
Welcome back to This Week in Laker Football. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside West Bloomfield Lakers football coach Tyrese Grice. Big game coming up to finish off the regular season against Utica Eisenhower, a team that's really come back strong this year and is contending for a very nice playoff position as well. What does your team know about Utica Eisenhower, and how can this game really help catapult your team to be playoff ready?
Well, we found out we were going to play them at the beginning of the year. We played them last year in the 9th game. But looking at it on film, we also scrimmaged them in the 4-way. They're a pretty tough team. They're very physical up front. The challenge is going to be us is to move those guys up front and try to move the ball, which they're tough at. They play in a tough league. The 2 losses that they had was good top 10 teams in Romeo and Chippewa Valley. So we're going to look forward to the challenge and put our best foot forward in terms of the game. But we're pretty banged up right now, so we're going to try to use this week as an opportunity to get healthy and get some younger guys opportunity as well. But they're a good team. We're not going to take anything for granted. We want to go ahead and finish strong and get that momentum going into the playoff. That's important for us.
Yeah, in terms of them being so physical up front and being able to really play that bully ball, much like West Bloomfield does against a lot of these teams in their front 7 defensively and, of course, their front 5 on the offensive line. How does that change strategically how you look at that team? Do you then go to maybe get more of the receiving core involved? Are you putting different packages out there? What really needs to happen in terms of personnel for your team to be able to counter that, even though it's got certainly the size advantage?
Well, I see my boys. I put my money on my O-line any day against anybody out here, as long as they come out and play their A game. If they don't come out and play their A game, anybody can beat us. But as long as they come out and play their A game, play the type of game, we want to physically beat teams down, and we can continue doing that throughout the playoff. Because at the end of the day, you got to run the ball.
You mentioned some injuries for the West Bloomfield Lakers last week. No Kari Jackson, and their backup middle linebacker also injured. Certainly, we look to additional injuries such as Rick Nance, and he's been out for a few weeks. Give us an update on some of those and who will and will not be seen on Friday night.
Well, Rick Nance won't be back until the first round of the playoff. Our safety Epps is day-to-day right now. We're not sure. He's going to see a doctor tomorrow, but we're not counting him coming back this week and give him time to rest. We got some other guys that can play that position and give them an opportunity. Lorenzo Williams, our corner, is committed to Western Michigan. Hopefully he'll be back this week. If not, then again, we'll wait for him to get back in the playoff. Hopefully at least a practice this week so he can just get back in the groove. And we got a couple guys, our backup middle linebacker, RJ, he's back this week. So we started to get some guys back, and we want to sit some guys down as well so they can stay healthy as well.
finishing off the regular season is an important point because, A, you're trying to position yourself as best as possible to get that best placement in the playoffs, but B, you want to make sure your team is executing at 100% on every play of every series and in all three phases, given that after this week, you lose a game, your season's done.
That's true. This game is still important to us. No matter what, we want to finish out strong. And we're not going to go into this week thinking, hey, the opponent is still good. We want to make sure we put ourselves in a better position when it comes down to playoff time. Instead of having one loss, you could be placed in a different bracket. If you have two losses, it'd be a different bracket. So we want to make sure we have the highest bracket we can get in with the best opportunity to get to Ford Field.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities coming up the last couple weeks of the season. 2 playoff teams going up against the Lakers. Last week, Southfield A&T. This week, Utica Eisenhower. Then from there, it is the real playoffs, and it's win or go home. Coach Grice, thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it as well. That's been This Week in Laker Football. Big thank you to all of our sponsors, the Orchard Mall, Premier Pet Supply, the Michigan Week Committee, as well as Ken and Deb Macon, and of course our friends at the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission and the West Bloomfield School District. Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff at West Bloomfield High School. The Lakers taking on Utica Eisenhower. Our coverage will begin with This Week in Laker Football at 6 o'clock and the Laker pregame show at 6:30. For our entire crew, I'm Tyler Kieft. Thank you very much for joining us. That's been This Week in Laker Football.
Hey, y'all got to go, bro. Y'all got to go. Come on, bro.
Senior night in West Bloomfield. Good evening. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dave Scott, high atop the gridiron at West Bloomfield High School, where your Lakers will finish off their regular season campaign tonight against the visiting Utica Eisenhower Eagles. The Lakers coming in 7-1 following last week's road victory against the Southfield A&T Warriors. A great showing on the road. And Utica Eisenhower coming in 6-2 this season out of the MAC Red, middle of the pack in that also very talented, very top-heavy division in the MAC Red. Dave, a big game last week for West Bloomfield. A great showing once again on the road against a high-caliber team in Southfield A&T, and looking tonight to finish strong, knowing that Sunday night, very important night for the Lakers, where they'll learn where they will be in this year's playoff.
Well, I think the Lakers, as I've said all season long, with the exception of one night, continue to get better and better. And, Tyler, they've had challenges that we didn't expect throughout the season, and tonight is going to be another challenge. We face a team that I think we looked at as a team that we could very easily beat when we looked at the schedule. But Eisenhower comes here with a great record. They play in a very tough league, and I'm telling you, the Lakers are going to have their hands full tonight. But it's going to be a great test and a fantastic senior night and a nice way to end up the season.
Yeah, Utica Eisenhower a year ago, just one win out of their 9 games, 0-5 in the MAC Red, and really took a beating from the Lakers in their regular season finale on the road at Ike a year ago. Different team on both sides tonight here at West Bloomfield High School. In the case of the Lakers, a little bit of an injury bug over the last few weeks. Some scratches tonight that we won't be seeing include Kari Jackson, who we didn't see last week due to a foot injury. Adrian Epps also had an injury last week at Southfield A&T. He is not in pads tonight. And then the surprise, the big one that we even missed at the end of our broadcast in Southfield last week. Late in the game in the fourth quarter, after a complete pass, Samaj Morgan was called for a taunting penalty and ejected from the game. And because of that, per MHSAA rules, if you're ejected from a game, we saw this earlier on in the year with Bryce Rowe, you will not play the next game. You will be suspended. So no Samaj Morgan tonight for the West Bloomfield Lakers. Definitely going to play a factor, especially with their gunslinger Rick Nance continuing to be out with a pinky injury.
Well, it really sets up a very interesting situation tonight. And, Pecor, he next man up, next quarterback up, and I think he's got the skills to have a great outing. It'll be fun to see what he does. I assume he's going to be in the lead role tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to be in the leading role tonight. Brody Pecor will be playing a lot of quarterback, more traditional quarterback, but also a mobile guy. He's a fullback. He's a tight end. He can catch the ball. He can run with the ball. He's certainly got an arm on him there, and we'll get a good chance to see the future of the Lakers in the pocket also with Brody Pecor tonight, and certainly we'll expect to see Kenneth Jones III getting some Wildcat formations as well this evening for the Lakers. Still plenty to play for tonight. This is certainly not a throwaway game. If anything, this is a trap game for the Lakers ending off their season. Right now, West Bloomfield really heavily in playoff contention to get a great placement on Sunday when they do the selection show with our friends at Bally Sports Detroit. The Lakers 7-1 overall, 4-1 in the OAA Red Division, tied at the top of the division with a 4-1 record with Clarkston, and of course with their newer rivals, Rochester Adams, the Highlanders, and very close in the playoff point rankings as well. And actually, by playoff points alone, West Bloomfield is closer to Clarkston than it is to Rochester Adams. West Bloomfield tonight, after last week's win in Southfield, 75.875 playoff points. Adams 72.875. And right behind the Lakers, the Clarkston Wolves 75.750 playoff points. And with the Lakers going up against a 6-2 team from a very strong division, this game has huge playoff implications, Dave.
Well, it really does. And you think about the job that our coaching staff has done all season long. And, there's the man himself, the head coach of the Lakers, Tyrese Grice. I mean, he's got a different challenge every week. It was getting the team ready at the beginning of the season. Then it was dealing with a really tough loss at Adams. Not just the loss, Tyler, but the way they lost the game. Then coming back and losing your starting quarterback and trying to scheme for some way to get through the next couple of weeks and maybe the rest of the season. And then I don't think any other challenge bigger than the one he faces tonight. An emotional leader and the star, the stud of this team, Samaj Morgan, we're all shocked that he's not going to be playing in this pivotal game. So a lot of pressure if it's on anyone on the coaching staff to come up with another scheme tonight, another plan, another effort to make sure that the Lakers come out of this game with a victory. Because really, Tyler, when you look at it from the Lakers' perspective, there's no bigger must-win than the Lakers have tonight because they're in the driver's seat right now. They have more points than any one-loss team in Division I. So they're in great shape right there, okay, on that point, but they don't want to blow it. You go from being absolutely in the driver's seat as best you can be with one loss to losing tonight and putting yourself at the bottom of the other teams that we've been competing with all season. Clarkston, Adams, and the other teams that are in our class. So, Tyler, I think it's a monster game tonight, besides the fact that it's at home and it's senior night.
Yeah, that's also a key factor. You want to see your seniors off with some pride tonight, with a great showing, and especially, what better way to say farewell and thank you to your senior class than to have them have a few more games right here at the Swamp when it really counts in playoff time.
Well, absolutely, and you want to get off to a nice emotional victory as you head into postseason too. The Lakers have been doing really well. They're on a roll. It's been several weeks since that embarrassing, and I call it embarrassing loss in Adams because things kind of fell apart for the team that night, no question about it. And but they've really come back. That big victory on that huge stage on Bally Sports last weekend in Southfield, and just such a decisive victory. Lakers got to be feeling good about themselves, but you got to protect your home turf if you're one of the leading teams in the state of Michigan.
That's a really good point, too, because the Lakers going to get some early playoff games here at the Swamp for sure, and depending on the results of tonight, as you've already said, Dave, they could have the majority, if not the entirety, of their playoff here, other than, of course, the neutral site locations in the regional final, the semifinal, and, of course, the state championship game that happens downtown in Detroit at Ford Field. So that's all the more reason to win tonight's game, take care of business on Friday night here at the Swamp tonight, and go into this offseason with a whole lot of pride and a much better playoff position. Some good news, too, is as you get around that point, going to be a much healthier team here for West Bloomfield. We see Lorenzo Williams back on the field. He's at the bottom of your screen, number 5, for those watching on CivicCenterTV.com's Lakers sports page. He is back tonight after a few weeks out with an injury, the Western Michigan commit. And Rick Nance will be back in the next few weeks as well. Samaj Morgan, after tonight's game, will be back. So this Laker team, really, this is a dress rehearsal. This is playoff game number 0 tonight for the Lakers.
Well, and on the other side of the ball, Tyler, there's this camera, the camera that I'm on right now for my director. There he goes. That is a quarterback of Utica and Eisenhower. And I'm telling you, he's the one guy, Preston Crum, that can really disrupt things for the Lakers tonight. Talk a little bit about this quarterback, Tyler.
I mean, you look at last year's game, the Lakers playing the Eagles at Eisenhower a year ago, and this guy was the star for this Ike team. I mean, despite that team being 1-8, despite that team having some issues in the trenches, going up against an electric defense for the West Bloomfield Lakers a year ago, a sack machine in Michael Williams and Brandon Davis Swain on the other side of the edges. He was able to make quick decisions, cool under pressure, didn't seem phased by being charged by a bunch of defensive linemen and linebackers. Got a great arm, makes quick decisions, and excellent in the pocket. Preston Crum is a heck of a player they have in Utica tonight.
And just look at the way he swaggers around in the field. It means something, too, when you have the leader of your team on the field. Lakers, no Samaj Morgan, no Rick Nance. I mean, they got a lot of other leaders, but these guys have been leading away all season long. On the other side of the field, their leaders are here on the field and playing, and, that's got to count for something. It's going to be interesting.
And it's a big night for them, too, over in Utica, because middle of the pack in the MAC Red, they have a great record. They've played some tough competition themselves as well, with early season losses to teams like Chippewa Valley, always in the mix, and competitive games in the middle of their season as well. So they're playing for a lot and playing for position also, kind of in that similar position that you see a Clarkston or Rochester Adams playing in, more like a Clarkston in their division in the MAC Red. So really big stories tonight here at West Bloomfield High School as we're now seeing the players taking the field, going to center field.
So let me ask you a question. Is that Samaj? It is, without the uniform on.
It is.
On the field.
Yes, that is Samaj. He is wearing a black shirt with a green number 2 on it with just his name, Samaj, on the back, A little bit of share action there for him,
But again, for people that might just be tuning in, no injury. Don't worry, Michigan fans. He's going to be just fine. And Laker fans, don't worry. He'll be back next week. But we did not see that problem at the end of the game in Southfield last week that resulted in his ejection and resulted in him not being available for the Lakers tonight. That is our big story.
See that referee, the official tossing the coin. And Utica Eisenhower has won the toss. Looks like as the referee's discussing it with Ike. They have deferred to the second half, so the Lakers will receive the ball to start the game tonight in this regular season finale against the Utica Eisenhower Eagles.
Tyler, one other guy not dressed tonight, number 9, Kari Jackson, right
correct.
there at the end of that row. Talk about that.
Yeah, 2 out of your 5 captains and anchor your Lakers defense. Now, this was key last week, Dave. You saw the Lakers last week running mostly a 2-linebacker system because not only was Kari Jackson out a week ago, his backup linebacker, R.J. Hayes II, the junior for the Lakers, also was out a week ago. RJ is back tonight, so the Lakers do have their second-string guy in the starting position and will be back, or you can expect they'll be back to mostly a 3-linebacker system. Between Rock Harris and the number 6, R.J. Hayes in the 44, and, of course, Montel Johnson, a prolific junior for the Lakers, wearing 16.
I had an interesting conversation with our kicker, Ryan Krauthammer, before the game tonight. One of the seniors tonight that really wants to make a big impact. This guy's been playing great the last couple of years and been doing a great job kicking for the Lakers. Tyler, think of all the times he's been able to punt the ball or on a kickoff, just lay the ball in between the 5-yard line and the goal line. And what an amazing positive effect his play and special teams have had on the West Bloomfield Lakers this year. It's easy to sometimes overlook the kicker in high school football, but this guy's been a great asset to the Lakers these last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, West Bloomfield knows it arguably better than anybody else. Those 3 points can make a difference. That 1 point can make a huge difference. And, those punts can make a big difference as well. You go up against some of the best teams in the state and some of the best defenses in the state, and they'll shut you down. Maybe 2 out of 3 series, 1 out of 3 series, and you need to be getting the ball in the least advantageous spot possible. This guy's not only got hang time, so you have variety in how you can kick the ball, not only has a powerful leg, so you got distance, but he gets a great spin on that ball too, and it takes a lot of favorable bounces. So for the Lakers, having that kind of foot talent as their punter, also as their kicker, certainly as their kickoff staff, has a lot of benefits, especially as you're going into playoff time. And with the way that Ryan's been playing this season, he's an excellent kicker, another in the line of excellent kickers and punters here at West Bloomfield.
So a beautiful night here in West Bloomfield. You can see West Bloomfield High School off to the distance. Doesn't look a day over 50, Tyler, but it just celebrated its 50th anniversary not too long ago. The weather has got to be part of our story as well, Tyler. Another spectacular Friday night. And, who'd have thunk that at the end of October, after the awful weather we've had the last couple of days and snow falling yesterday, for goodness sakes, that we'd be in the upper 50s, low 60s for the kickoff tonight. Perfectly clear skies, as you can see, and another great night for high school football under the lights here in West Bloomfield.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful night. It's been a great, beautiful season weather-wise for all these teams here in southeastern Michigan, being able to play football with a lot of warmth, not really a whole lot of weather affecting these games. A little bit of chilliness a week ago, but we're going into playoffs, and we're going to see some playoff football weather in the next few weeks.
All right, Tyler, let's take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. We got a lot of exciting football tonight. The final regular season game of the season here at the Swamp. Dave and Tyler will talk a little bit more about our broadcast and some of the special things going on tonight. Of course, it's senior night. Thank you for listening and watching across all of our outlets. You are listening and watching Laker football.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show. Hey Laker fans, do you know a friend or neighbor that volunteers in Greater West Bloomfield? We would love to help you recognize them at the 51st Annual Michigan Week Awards. Countless members of the communities of Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and West Bloomfield give their time and talent daily without regard for recognition. You can help recognize these individuals and organizations at our awards breakfast next year on May 12th, 2023. Nominate your neighbor or organization starting January 28th, 2023. Go to MichiganWeek.org for details. My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV. This November, honor the many people who offer their lives for our freedom at the 2022 Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. Organizations, charities, and local residents are invited to celebrate the men and women that ensure our safety and security. Hear from guest speakers, live performances, and presentations from veterans, officers, and more. Save the date, November 8th from 9 to 10:30 p.m. at the new West Bloomfield Middle School. Call 248-451-1900 to register.
All right, welcome back to Laker football right here at 89.3 Lakes FM and lakesfm.com and all across the internet. Hey, Dave Scott here. Good to see you. I'm up at the very top of the press box tonight. we've done some crazy things to cover games, but never before has the color guy also been running camera. The poor coaches next to me, they're going to hear me, yapping about this and yapping about that all night long. But here we are. And as you can see, I've got to run camera because the Catonis are not here tonight. And then, Tyler, I'm going to do the game along with you on this senior night. So let me get my camera focused on the seniors, enough talking about us. And we're really looking forward to tonight's game, kind of an unusual deal.
Yeah, we saw up there Coach Cameron, the secondary coach for the Lakers, right next to you. So plenty of great color opportunities there. But let's talk about the people of the evening tonight. These families, the seniors here at West Bloomfield High School. As we celebrate senior night, the regular season finale, as we pan across this entire lineup of the families of West Bloomfield Lakers seniors. We see there the family of Jeremiah Smith, Laker offensive lineman, having a great season. Noah Knuckles, also his family there. Ralph Rogers, as we pan by. And some of these fat heads, it's kind of be a tradition last year, starting with Mike Williams. Go by the Jones family. You see Jaws the second right there, continuing on. Elliot Cruz's family. A lot of great seniors on this Lakers team as we pass by the Epps family.
You know what's so nice, Tyler, is and you even more than me doing This Week in Laker Football. We really got to know these families, doing this. And there's this, you can understand why these players are so amazing because they have amazing siblings and really amazing parents.
They do, and they're so appreciative of our broadcast and so supportive of our broadcast. And we, of course, very supportive of their kids. Great young men who have bright futures ahead on the gridiron and far beyond, more importantly, in life as well. Great group of seniors here this year for the West Bloomfield Lakers, hoping to finish off their senior year regular season with a W tonight against the Utica Eisenhower Eagles and go into the playoffs with some momentum and bring home one more championship along the way on their way out the door.
And Tyler, a couple of guys that don't always get quite as much credit are the athletic director and the principal of West Bloomfield High School. I had Eric. There is Eric Pierce right there. Let me get him on camera, and you guys can get him.
At the 48-yard line.
Yeah, there he is. Eric Pace, the principal. Yep, Eric Pace, the
20.
principal, and Eric Pierce, who has been orchestrating this amazing senior night. We'll get him in just a couple of minutes. But these guys really work hard, and they really care about this incredible program. And they want to make sure they really honor players on a big night like tonight.
It is a big night here for West Bloomfield, for these Lakers families, saying goodbye to their senior season in some ways, but also a hello to a different element of it. As we hear now in the background, Stoney introducing these families to the swamp, arriving piece by piece here as we get closer to kickoff, about 15 minutes away, Dave. And it's really just great to see the support that we have on this field. Actually, this is just a microcosm of the web of family support that we have from these Lakers and from alumni as well, coming back and always in contact. It is truly a family we're seeing on the football field there.
Samaj Morgan with parents Erica and Samaj Morgan.
I'll get him. Here we go.
Number 3, DeAndre Hill with DeAndre Hill Sr. and Branchelle Hill.
DeAndre having a great game last week at Southfield A&T. 5 touchdowns on the season.
With parents Michelle and Lorenzo Williams.
Boogie headed to Western Michigan next season.
Number 6, Robert Harris with parents Robert and Raina Harris. Number 7, Deontay Pippin with parents Nancy, Ramaya, and Deontay Pippin.
Valley Sports Detroit's Player of the Week last week.
Number 8, Adrian Epps with parents Julie Carter, Finley Carter, and Rico Epps.
What a bummer. Adrian
10,
Epps not in
Trenton
uniform.
Allison,
What a number
mother
of
and
players
Ross
injured
and
tonight.
brother
Yeah, a number of players out, but hey, it's still a special night for them being recognized here by the Laker faithful.
Elliot Kucha with parents Lydia Bleda and Matthew Hicks. Number 17, Khalil Durant with mother Amina Steele and sister Samaya Steele. Ryan Krauthammer with sister Ashley Krauthammer and grandmother Debbie Cohn. Number 22, Kenneth Jones III with parents Ken and Nikesha Jones.
You would
and
call them
brother
the Jaws
Deontay
family,
Jones
Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
and Kiara Jones.
Multiple generations of nicknames of Jaws,
Number
too.
23, Jalen Jackson, with parents Greg and LaShonda Jackson.
Big impact, too, for Jalen
28,
Jackson these
Ralph
last several
Rogers,
weeks for the
with
Lakers.
parents Ralph
And same thing with
and
Ralph
Tamika
Rogers this whole
Rogers.
season, really coming up and
Number
being a big
37,
impact in the running
Jason
game.
Onwenu, with parents Priska and Morgan Onwenu. Number 42, Noah Knuckles, with parents Monica and Corey Knuckles. Number 50, Blake Nelson, with parents Nicole
Tyler, there's a guy
and Chad
that
Nelson.
we haven't seen play all season, but he
Number
might play
54,
tonight.
Yeah,
Jeremiah
knee injury, but
Smith,
he's been warming
with
up.
parents
And
Belinda
as we
Danae
see another
Smith
offensive lineman,
and
Jeremiah
sister
Smith,
Tajane Smith.
key player on this Laker
Number
offensive line. There.
56, Amir Herring, with parents Christina and Idris Herring.
How did he get so much bigger than mom and dad? Look
Number
at him there, Tyler.
57, Tanner Thornton, with mother Angie and Bernie Thornton. Number 60, Zarin Mirto, with mother Afrida Mirto. Number 66, Dallin Henry, with parents Jackie and Robert Henry.
Multi-year starter for the Lakers on the offensive
Number
line. Their center
77,
over the last couple of
Dennis
years.
Irving Jr., with parents Dennis and India Irving.
Dennis getting a lot of
Number
action on the offensive
78,
line
Craig
coming in as
Tillman,
well.
with parents Fanny and Craig Tillman. Congratulations to all of our seniors on a successful and accomplished career. You truly represent the best we have to offer in Laker Nation. And thank you, parents, family, friends, and students for coming tonight. Good luck tonight and in the playoffs. And go Lakers!
You know, Tyler, part of what makes this so special here in West Bloomfield, our great experience, is having Stoney here. I mean, you got one of the top radio personalities with a connection to our community. His kids went to school here, but even though they've graduated, he's still up in the press box. And you and I both know he has as much fun, being a part of this program and these games as anybody else around. It's so great to have him here and his commitment and contribution. And I know he talks us up on 97.1 The Ticket an awful lot too.
Yeah, and always appreciative of him, and a great story behind that as well, and how he kind of came into that role and why he stays in that role, and truly does speak to his commitment to this community and, of course, to West Bloomfield High School and these guys on the gridiron each and every year.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Laker Football Tonight on Civic Center TV. Of course, also on 89.3 Lakes FM, lakesfm.com, all of our outlets, YouTube, Facebook channel, of course, of the West Bloomfield Schools. And Tyler, why don't you take a minute, because I got my hands full here, and just rip through our list of sponsors and give them all a good hello, howdy, and thank you.
Yeah, big thank you for the entire season worth of sponsoring our Laker football coverage. So those at the Orchard Mall, Kelly Woodley and her team there, including our friends at Premier Pet Supply, Mike Palmer and company, doing a great job. A locally owned business with locations all throughout southeastern Michigan and locations too in Detroit. One location in downtown Detroit as well. I go there. I enjoy their shops. Good prices and really friendly staff over there at Premier Pet Supplies. I'm shopping for my cats, Jax and Ida, listening tonight from Wixom. Also sponsoring us, of course, the Michigan Week Committee. We think about all these parents volunteering their time for these kids all throughout their high school career.
Look, I know you're talking about our sponsors, but what a huge opportunity tonight to thank mom and dad and the amazing job. I was thinking about it in the car as I was heading over here today, about how impressive these players are. We don't see them.
Yes.
I mean, you tell me, but we don't see them as 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. To us, they're heroes. They're the guys that we watch on the gridiron on Friday night. They're so impressive, and they're equally impressive, 99.9% of them, Tyler, when you get them with a microphone in an interview or we're just interacting one-on-one. And it's easy to forget that these are high school kids. Part of the reason these students are so amazing is mom and dad and the environment that they have at home.
Yeah, and the support that they give to each other. They're not just mom and dad to their kids, they're mom and dad to a lot of these kids on these teams as well. And these families are really an extended family of each other for each other each and every week. And as we go back into our sponsors, you think about the volunteerism that is involved in being a parent of a West Bloomfield High School football player and getting involved in that community and the greater community beyond that. Also great volunteers throughout the community, recognized every year by the Michigan Week Committee. Their next award ceremony coming up this year in May. Also our sponsors, Ken and Deb Macon. We want to talk about the Michigan Week Committee. Deb Macon involved in that committee and so much else. Pretty much anything you can be involved in the West Bloomfield community, in the greater West Bloomfield community. Deb Macon is there, and also her husband Ken on the library board as we get ready for the West Bloomfield Lakers to take the field. Some of the younger generation running over there to create a tunnel and really give them a warm welcome tonight.
Are those like the Doherty cheerleaders or something?
Yeah, those are. It's a tradition here in the last few years in the middle school. Some of the elementary school cheerleading teams as well.
Look how much fun they're having out there.
Look at that extra sign too. L Boys class of 2023 breaking through. Finish off their senior year any second now. We'll get that call.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And here he is, Mike Stone from 97 to 1 the ticket, our PA announcer.
Where tonight, the Eisenhower Eagles take on our Lakers of West Bloomfield.
Let's go. And there's a principal of the school, Tyler, just making sure.
Quick adjustment, too, because, they're behind that tarp, any second
every
now.
Little detail,
First tackle of the evening.
You're the principal.
Detention
you gotta make sure,
next day, I don't know.
You got to make sure every little detail is taken care of. There's L Boys 23. There you go, Tyler. Yes. Getting ready for this big moment, and Stoney will give them the big introduction, and they'll come out, and we're going to sit here and wait, knowing that this is our thing. This is like in Ann Arbor when they run out of the field and they run under the banner and they jump up and they come out of the tunnel. What do they do at Michigan State, Tyler?
They do the walk across campus.
Yeah.
Each and every week. The head coach, the team, walk from the Sparty statue all the way to Spartan Stadium.
And they do the same thing. Not the same thing, but they have these kickoff traditions at every college and high school, and they're getting more important, and they're a lot of fun. It's one of the things that I think makes the whole Friday night experience even that much better.
Way in the background, players waving their flags. They're ready. They're ready to come on through any second now. They will. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff, about 5 minutes from kickoff here at West Bloomfield High School. The regular season finale, playoff football coming up over the next several weeks, hopefully next several weeks for the Lakers as they pursue a state championship.
Well,
cheerleaders breaking on through there.
They couldn't wait. The banner broke because they couldn't wait. The team will come through in a minute. Tyler, well, we got 30 seconds.
Let's give a
well, it
warm
looks like here
welcome
we
to
go.
the Eagles of Eisenhower.
Eagles taking the field now as we get ready for the Lakers to continue taking the field. And these Eagles, a great team too, Dave, as we
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet and greet your 2023 West Bloomfield Lakers!
They're getting pumped up behind it, and here come your Lakers.
The Lakers are coached by Tyrese Banks.
7-1 on the season, looking to finish it off with an 8-1 regular season. Laker Nation, your Lakers pursuing their second championship in 3 years, winning in 2020. Last year, a late playoff elimination at the hands of Rochester Adams, and tonight, that playoff dress rehearsal against Ike across the field. You also see Laker Express on the field. We'll have a couple players, R.J. Hayes II joining in, as well as Noah Knuckles for the choir, as Laker Express will sing our national anthem in just a few moments here at West Bloomfield High School. We're just under 3 minutes from kickoff between the Lakers and Ike. West Bloomfield losing the coin toss to Eisenhower. Eisenhower deferring to the second half. You see Cheryl Hount, the director of Laker Express, choral director here at
Ladies
West
and
Bloomfield
gentlemen,
High School.
we ask you to please rise and join the Laker Express for the singing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the
Laker Express singing the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem of the United States of America. And now 48 minutes go on the clock. We get ready to cap off this regular season. The West Bloomfield Lakers taking on the Utica Eisenhower Eagles. Joining us here tonight from the MAC Red. Just across here, southeastern Michigan, a battle of two teams tonight. Lakers coming in 7-1 overall, hoping to finish off the season and take a share of the OAA Red Division and a whole lot of playoff points in the process. And Utica Eisenhower looking to jockey for position in the playoffs as well. 6-2 out of the MAC Red with big wins all throughout the season, and quite a lot to play for this season, trying to get back into playoffs after missing the playoffs last season for the first time since 1985, Dave.
Yeah, Tyler, a very exciting night. I wasn't listening to you because we were moving around and just getting situated around the coaches here up in the press booth area where we are shooting from tonight. But very quickly, why don't you just, before we kick this off in a moment, what are your keys for Laker victory tonight?
Yeah, keys for the Lakers tonight, got to play disciplined football, keep that pace moving forward, and, of course, play 48 minutes hard of football tonight. You let off the gas for even a second against this Eisenhower team. They're going to take advantage of it. Well-coached team by Chris Smith in his 11th season at the helm. And, of course, as always, my key to the game, the key of every game here at West Bloomfield High School on the road, they got to score more points than the other team. 12 minutes put on the clock. Kickoff now from Eisenhower. Way back into the end zone of the Lakers. Dropped by Jameer Benjamin, and that is going to be a touchback. Lakers will begin at their 20-yard line, going left to right on your radio dial here at West Bloomfield High School. Join us each and every week for Laker football. We'll continue on the radio through the postseason. More information can be found CivicCenterTV.com/Lakersports.
Well, Tyler, with the Lakers getting the ball to kick this game off tonight, it's going to be very interesting. All eyes are going to be on the quarterback of the Lakers, and his name is Brody Picour, to see how he does. And who knows what the coaches have in mind for the Laker backfield. We'll find out tonight in a moment without Samaj Morgan here tonight.
As Dave said, Picour will be in the shotgun for the Lakers on the right hash at the 20-yard line. Kenneth Jones III, the running back, just to his right. Single man to the right for the Lakers is DeAndre Hill. Single man also to the left for West Bloomfield. Snap to Picour. Quick handoff. It's going to be Jackson. He's going to get pulled back and out of bounds. It's going to be a loss on first down. Break and contain. Great play there defensively to start off for Ike.
Jalen Jackson on the carry.
Jalen Jackson, the ball carrier there, the tackler for Utica Eisenhower. Giovanni Rowe, the defensive tackle, the junior for Ike. So second down now for West Bloomfield. Loss of about 7 on first down. It'll be second down and 17 for West Bloomfield. Picour again in that quarterback in the shotgun. Kenneth Jones III, the running back. In motion is Jackson. Snap, Picour will take it himself. Goes up the middle, going to get a few yards and then be taken down on the tackle for Utica Eisenhower. A combination of a couple of players. It's Ryan Polise and Lorenzo Masseri. Third down now for West Bloomfield. It'll be third down and 9 on the 21-yard line on the right hash for West Bloomfield. Picour in the shotgun. Got Jackson and Jaws in the backfield, as well as Ralph Rogers. Jackson actually split out in the slot. Single man to the left for West Bloomfield. Snap to Picour. He'll take out the middle. Whistle will be called. They'll stop this play. Looked like it was before the snap, possibly a false start on West Bloomfield.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
She heard from the official offside call, an encroachment penalty on Utica Eisenhower. That will move West Bloomfield up now. A much more favorable third down and 4 for the L boys at their 26-yard line on the right hash. Again, Picour will be in the gun. One man in the backfield with him is Jaws. Twins to the right, single man to the left, DeAndre Hill. Third down and 4 for West Bloomfield. Rogers in motion, snap to Picour, going to take it up the right, shifts back left, goes up the middle, gets about the 32-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Nice play by Brody Picour taking the ball himself.
Well, Tyler, we really didn't know if Picour was going to be able to scramble and bring to the quarterback position what Rick Nance could bring and what certainly Samaj Morgan could bring, but he shows off there that he can do it to get the Lakers a first down.
Going to be a first down for the Lakers on their 31-yard line, still on the right hash. Pecor in the shotgun. One man in the backfield, twins to the left for WB. Snap to Pecor, going to hand that ball off. Going to go to Jaws, shifty move. Gets up about the 35, the 36-yard line. A nice gainer on first down for Jaws.
Third on the carry.
Going to go to replay here, take a look at what Jaws was able to do there.
Pickup of
Yellow
about
on the
6,
tackle.
2nd and 4.
Look at this, doesn't really get a hole. A nice attack, but shifts out of it. Amir Herring gets a pancake, helps it out. Now going to be a 2nd and 4 for WB. 10:14 to go in the first quarter here at West Bloomfield High School. Pecor in the shotgun, one man in the backfield. Kenneth Jones the third to his right. Snap to Pecor, hand off to Jaws. Going to take it left side, gets out along the edge. Getting chased, going to be taken down, fights for it. Gets to the 40-yard line, about the 41 with the reach. That'll be close to the first down. We'll see if they move the chains. They are. Signal to move the chains. First down, Lakers.
You know, Tyler, the one thing that the coaching staff has to be very happy about is that they're able to move the ball on the ground against this Eisenhower team. You keep the ball on the ground, things look a lot better when you have a young quarterback in the game.
Ball at the 46-yard line of the Lakers on the left hash. Pecor in the shotgun. First down and 10 for Lakers with 9:30 to go in the first. Snap to Pecor, going to fake it to Jackson, takes it at the middle, goes left A gap, gets a couple yards. They're going to mark it probably 1.5, maybe 2
on the carry.
On first down. It'll be 2nd and 8 for West Bloomfield. 9:15 to play, scoreless here at WB. In the final game of the regular season for the Lakers. Checking in now for the Lakers, Joshua Tate, the sophomore, coming in. Going to play some wide receiver, go out in the slot. Actually, they're going to send him out wide as they bring Jackson off the field. In the backfield for the Lakers with Pecor is Jaws and Jones. Snap to Tate. Tate's going to get in the jet sweep, not going to get much of anything. He's actually going to be taken back. Loss of 1 for the Lakers there. That'll bring up third down with about 8.5 to go in the first quarter.
No gain on the play.
Well, big third down. The Lakers have been able to convert in the last 2 series of downs and get these important 3rd and long. We'll see what happens again here. 3rd and long in any level of high school, college, or pro football. That's the key. You want to keep your offense on the field, of course, and start wearing that defense down.
So now Jaws going to be in the Wildcat for West Bloomfield. Pecor in the backfield with Rogers also. In motion is Tate, snap to Jaws. Gonna take it himself, whistle on the play, that'll stop. We'll redo this down, we'll see what that play is. Gonna be another one in the trenches. This time it's on West Bloomfield, a false start. Gonna set them back, much less favorable now on third down. With just a little over 8 minutes to play in the first quarter in this scoreless contest between West Bloomfield and Ike.
Well, that's kind of a bummer, Tyler, because things are going so well. Difficult to come up with a play when you're 3rd and 13, 14 yards.
Third down and 14 now at the Laker 37-yard line. Pecor in the shotgun, 2 men in the backfield. Tate in motion from the wide receiver. Snap to Pecor, delays, going to take him himself. Shifty move, not going to get much of anything. Gets maybe 1 yard. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Ike's going to get the football. See that again here as Billy Pecor kind of hesitates in the backfield. Doesn't quite get his block there. Tate is in motion. A little bit of a delayed block again. Just great penetration by Christian Johnson, the defensive lineman, the linebacker, to get in there.
You know, Pecor's doing a good job, but with Tyler, I mean, let's be honest, you lose a little bit when you go on 3rd down and long from Samaj Morgan to Pecor.
4th down now for the Lakers. Krauthammer going to come out to punt the ball for West Bloomfield. Ooh, nearly blocked. Going to get the kickoff. Going to be short. Going to land about the 45-yard line. Bounce in favor of the Lakers down to the Utica Eisenhower 40, and on the right hash, that's where Utica Eisenhower will get their first possession tonight, and we'll see Preston Crum, the quarterback and company, come out tonight to go up against this Laker defense. A defense last week that went up against a prolific set of skilled players at Southfield A&T. Isaiah Marshall, great quarterback, Tashi Braceful at the wide receiver, and took care of business, particularly in the air. First down and 10 at the 40-yard line on the right hash for Ike. Crum going to be in the shotgun. 1 man in the backfield with him. That's going to be Christian Johnson. Bunch formation now for Ike. Snap to Crum. Delays, runs to his left, going to get out along the edges, gets to about the 43-yard line out of bounds. It'll be second down.
Crum on the keeper.
Quarterback keeper there, they kind of shift their formation at the last second here, we'll see. Bring those wide receivers in.
Pickup of about 2, second
Gains
and
2
8.
on first down, a little bit of hesitation in the backfield. Maybe see if he's got something up the field to throw to, but nothing doing. Just takes a few yards and gets out of bounds. Second down and 8 now for the Eagles. At their own 42-yard line. Crum in the shotgun, bunch formation again. Rating the defense, calling out his progression. Snap, gonna take it back. He's gonna hand it off. Gets outside the tackles, taken down by Brandon Davis-Swain on second down. The ball carrier for Utica Eisenhower is Cody Raymond.
Cody Raymond, the ball carrier, brought down by Brandon Davis-Swain.
Third down coming up now for Utica Eisenhower. It'll be third and 9,
Pickup of about
third
2,
and 7
it is third and 7.
at the 43-yard line of Utica Eisenhower. About 6.5 to go in the first quarter. 0-0 score at West Bloomfield High School. Crum now in the shotgun. One man in the backfield is Christian Johnson. Twins to the right. In motion is Luke Neal. Snap to Crum. Rolls out right. Going to make a quick pass to the sideline. And it's caught in the boundary. It's going to be a first down and a little bit more off the reception from Connor Temple.
Well, a very critical third down and a great pass by the quarterback. Crum doing a really good job there, Tyler, to get the first down. Found the open player, had good protection, stayed in the pocket, and let it rip.
That's just what Preston Crum can do. Quick decision making, goes through his progressions, makes the nice pass, great poise. First and 10 in Laker territory, snap to Crum. He's going to hand that ball off, going to get about the 45-yard line. Then a slew of Lakers taking him back. Nice gain around first down, about 5:45 now to play, 5:50 to play here in the first quarter, West Bloomfield High School. 2-yard gainer on first down, second and 8 now for the Eagles of visiting Utica Eisenhower as regular season finale for both West Bloomfield and Ike tonight, with Selection Sunday coming up in just a couple of days. At the Laker 45-yard line, Preston Crum and company in a bunch formation, one man out wide. That's going to be Connor Temple. Johnson in the backfield with Crum, snap to Crum, couple steps dropping. He's going to throw it outside, incomplete over the head of Cody Raymond. They're going to bring up third down and 7.
Intended for Cody Raymond. Darian Hicks on the coverage.
Lakers, a little bit of different guys out there in the secondary tonight with injuries in the linebacker core. Also in the secondary, Adrian Epps not playing tonight. Jason Onwenyu not available as well. So now third down for Ike, third down and 7 with 5:12 to play in the first quarter, 0-0 score at the Laker 45. Crum in the shotgun. O'Neal in motion, going to go to his left. Snap to Crum, runs outside the pocket. Looking up the field, now he's going to run with it. Gets to the 45, finally taken down, thrown to the ground. Nice big tackle for Dallin Henry.
Well, there's a guy that we haven't heard from a lot, and just a key play there. A great tackle, Tyler. Grabbed on, made the full tackle, and there's a quarterback in Crum who's very elusive, a great runner, but sure tackling by the Lakers. Big play there.
Xavier Davis on the tackle is 55. I misread that as 66. It'll be fourth down now and 6 for Utica Eisenhower. On the ground, we got an injury, so that's going to stop play here. We saw a lot of those injuries last week in Southfield A&T, most notably an injury in the first quarter. And talked to Coach Grice earlier on this week on This Week in Laker football, and looks like that young man's going to be okay. Going to be out for a while, probably is going to be done for the season, but not a major injury, and going to have a safe recovery after we saw about a half hour of stoppage last week at Southfield off that gruesome injury on first down for Southfield A&T. So now the teams will both get back on the field. Injury has been taken care of. It'll be fourth down and 6 for Utica Eisenhower.
4th and 6 for the Eagles.
Eagles will punt this off from the West Bloomfield 42-yard line.
Fedrigo back to punt.
Fedrigo back to punt for the Eagles. Lakers lined up to receive that punt at the 20. It's Deontay Pippin. Pippin back at the 10. Nope, it's going to be another guy. It's going to be caught there at about the 7-yard line. A quick tackle as the Lakers, Marquise Morris comes up with that punt return, and that's where the Lakers will start this second offensive drive after a nice little couple gainers on their first series, and ultimately having to punt that ball away.
Well, the oldest analogy in sports, like a couple of boxers stepping into the ring, feeling each other out, getting ready for the big heavyweight match. That's what we have here, Tyler. Both of these offenses playing a little cautiously, keeping the ball on the ground, and both of the defenses doing a great job here in the first quarter.
0-0 score, 4:01 to play in the first here at West Bloomfield High School. Lakers deep in their own territory on the second offensive drive, down at their own 12-yard line. Peacourt in the shotgun. Got a whistle on the field. Some adjustments being made.
Illegal substitution on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Another penalty for the Lakers. That's going to set them back quite a lot, being that they're so deep in their territory. Half the distance to the goal. It was at their 12. It's going to set them back.
These are the mistakes that we have not seen the last couple of weeks, Tyler, as we've shifted through a variety of quarterbacks.
Yeah, quarterback for the Lakers now. It's going to be Kenneth Jones III in the Wildcat. The Lakers trying to get some space. Snap to Jones. Going to take it around the left side. Gets a few yards, back about equal where they were. Gets down about the 15-yard line. A nice gain on first down. That'll get West Bloomfield several yards as we approach the near end of the first quarter. Take a look at this here.
You know, the one thing that Kenneth Jones does, Tyler, is he moves a pile. Look, he gets stopped, but then it's 2, 3, 4, 5 more yards as he just drives forward, something he can uniquely do as a running back of this Laker program.
Gain of 7 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for West Bloomfield at their 15. Snap to Jaw. It's going to roll out left. Quick jump from the defense. Tries to escape him, almost broke that tackle, but ultimately taken down off the contact from Cody Raymond. Going to be 3rd down now for the Lakers in their own territory. Take a look at this.
Cody Raymond does a really good job. He's able to penetrate into the backfield and get an arm on Jaws. And, you know, Jaws is really good at eluding a tackle, but he gets him, isn't getting by. That was one arm, and then he trips him up with his hand right there just to stop Jaws. A great defensive effort there by Ike.
3rd down and 8 for the Lakers now, still at their own 15-yard line, actually brought back about their 14-yard line now. Peacourt in the shotgun, one man in the backfield with him is Jaws. Snap to Peacourt. Quick pass around the middle to DeAndre Hill. Just overthrown a little bit in front of him. Almost picked off the deflection. Now bring it 4th down.
Well, that was awful dangerous, Tyler. You have a game like this, and you turn the ball over deep in your own side of the field on an interception and a tip ball. Watch this. I mean, this is the kind of thing you really got to be careful of. Lakers lucky that they did not intercept the ball there.
Sammy Agnello right there for Utica Eisenhower. Almost
Krauthammer back to punt for the Lakers.
Now Krauthammer are going to be out again for another punt for the Lakers. He'll punt this off from the 3-yard line. Snap to Krauthammer, gets it off, almost blocked once again. Great penetration. Fair catch called at the 40-yard line, 40.5-yard line.
Catch made by Luke
39.5-yard line by Myers. That's where Utica Eisenhower will start off this second offensive drive in great territory again in West Bloomfield space.
Well, you know, the Lakers doing good tonight, Tyler, but the thing that I think is missing are the really big plays. You do sense that Samaj not being here and some of the other weapons not being able, Rick Nance, these are big play players, and hopefully the Lakers can work through that tonight.
Yeah, being down your primary starting quarterback, then being down your backup quarterback in this case in Samaj Morgan that has played that position for a long time, and you know, it's shifting your offense too because you ran that 3-quarterback system the last several weeks. 1st down and 10 for Ike. Crum back in the shotgun again. No, he's not there actually. Preston Crum is out. John Goel comes in at quarterback. Snap, he'll hand it off to O'Neal. Going to go around the right side, get about the 38-yard line, and then stuffed by a slew of Lakers. It'll be 2nd down, about 8 now for Ike.
Any idea why Crum might be out? Did he?
He was the guy, he was the player that went down on that injury break he had a little bit ago. Looked a little shaken up.
Xavier Davis among the.
And so now he is out. We're going to continue on with John Goel.
2nd and 10.
The senior quarterback now back up for Utica Eisenhower on 2nd down. 2nd and 10. They call no gain on first. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Snap, and that is dropped. Going to roll out left. Now he has to shift right. Gets a good block. And then taken down. Fumble now. Does West Bloomfield have it? They do. Lakers say they have it. We'll see. Looked like Rock Harris may have come up with it.
By Jameer Benjamin for the Lakers.
But take a look at this. Just doesn't secure that football. Runs out to his left, meets some Lakers, and then Jameer Benjamin gets on the tackle, rips that football out. Rock Harris is right there, and Jameer just pulls it right up out under him in a great defensive stop on that replay, as you see.
Well, a player down on the field, they'll attend to him. Tyler, I don't want to second guess the officials when we have the replays and they don't. But, you know, honestly, that looked like that was a fumble. Looked like the ball was out. Look one more time. Looked like the ball was out before the player was down. One more time. We're going to take one more look. So let's look close. Here comes, he's got in the grass, but he's not down. His knee's not down. Yeah. And then there's the ball before he's really down on the ground.
Yeah, clearly on our side a fumble, but of course, here in high school, it's high school football, they do not have the luxury of replay to see that, or that would have certainly been overturned.
Well, we're awful glad that you guys have the luxury of being able to see the replay tonight, and we're having a lot of fun putting these replays together for you. Good job, Director John Atwater, to get the slow-mo. He's going to slow it way down here, Tyler. Let's keep an eye on that knee, see if we can see it. And the shot is obstructed a little bit. The ball's already out, and then it goes down. Good job, John Atwater. And I think that was clearly a turnover.
Yeah, very close, if anything, there. Is Jameer Benjamin did a great job not only pursuing that tackle, but going for the football with a little bit of loose security there from the backup quarterback.
3rd and 16 for Eisenhower.
We'll continue on. 3rd down and 16 now for Ike.
At the Laker 44-yard line.
Different guy in again at the quarterback position now, Brandon Kedro. One man in the backfield is Johnson. Snap to Kedro. Going to hand it off, delayed draw play to Johnson. Going to get about the 45-yard line. That's about it. Maybe a 1-yard loss on that play. A great tackle by R.J. Hayes, the second, who's coming back this week after being out last week in Southfield due to injury.
Look at R.J.'s pursuit here on the replay. He is just going right after the ball. He's got a nose for it. He's not faked out at all. He holds his position, makes sure he covers his gap, Tyler, and did a really nice job.
Yes, some textbook zone play there from the linebacker. 4th down now for Utica Eisenhower, just a little bit over a minute to play in the first quarter. Scoreless here at West Bloomfield High School, something we're unfamiliar with in these last few weeks. Punt is off, line drive, going to go down about the 20, bounce to about the 13-yard line, recovered. Up about the 20-yard line again for West Bloomfield. That's going to be returned by Morris. And that'll be their 3rd offensive drive, trying to put some points on the board. Again, scoreless here in West Bloomfield in the first quarter. 49 seconds to go in the first. Lakers' first 3 drives, a couple first downs, and ultimately having to punt the ball last time around inside their own 10-yard line, and a penalty.
Lakers will take over.
And had to punt that off in a 3-and-out. Now much more favorable position at the 20-yard line in their own territory on the right hash. First down, Brody Pecor in at quarterback. Single man in the backfield is Kenneth Jones III. Single man out left wide is Deontay Pippin with twins to the right. Rogers in motion to snap the Pecor. Going to look for a throw. Looks down the field. Gets a pass off to DeAndre Hill. No, that's Brandon Davis Swain getting some action there, actually. Going to get to the 43-yard line. A huge gain of 23 yards on first down for the Lakers.
Good job by Pecor, the quarterback here. Just makes the play, finds the receiver, throws the ball to the right guy. Beautiful pass. And a great completion and a great catch. That just worked out all the way around. And I'm telling you, the Lakers, they just got to get in their groove.
Snap now to Pecor, going to take up the C gap, get some space, past the 50, down at about the 48-yard line. That's going to be a big gain on first down. And we'll see this clock continue to tick down. It might go to the end of the first quarter, but a nice run for Brody out of the backfield. Take a look here on our replay on CivicCenterTV.com/LakersSports. Kind of head fakes, go up, actually it's the A gap, and gets about the 50-yard line before finally being tripped up on the tackle for the Eagles is Sammy Anello, and that will take care of business here in the first quarter. Referees call it, end of the first quarter. Your score is 0 for the Lakers and 0 for Utica Eisenhower. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching and listening to Laker football.
Plan a day out, enjoy an exquisite dinner, or soak in the atmosphere at Orchard Mall in the heart of West Bloomfield. Between Maple and Orchard Lake Road, capture the moment at Frameable Faces. Wrap up your back-to-school shopping at Guys and Gals, or get presents for your pet at Premier Pet Supply, and so much more. Visit the Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield, and consider visiting November 26th for their Small Business Saturday. Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors. Monday.
Welcome back. Second quarter about to be underway here. The Lakers after the Ike 49-yard line, snapping the handoff to Dennis Jones III. Going to be fighting for it. Gets past the 45, down about the 42. First down, almost close there for West Bloomfield, a couple yards away. Nice gain on first down by Jaws.
You know, if it's going to be a gritty game down in the trenches, Tyler, this is the guy you want. Again, look at the yards he gets after the first hit, after the second hit, the third hit. Takes 3 or 4 guys to pull him down, Tyler. Had a great job and a nice run by Jaws.
Second down and 3 now for the L-Boys. Pecor in at quarterback, 2 men in the backfield, Jaws and Rogers. Single man out right. Out to the left is Joshua Tate. The 1 man out right for the Lakers as well. Pecor in the shotgun, adjusting his offense. 3 linebacker system up close, 1 man showing blitz in the middle. Snap to Pecor, gonna run up the middle and gonna get a few yards close to that first down line. Will he get it? We'll see if they call it. It's really close there as Pecor kind of dove at the end of the play. They're going to move the chains. First down for WB, a nice play at the end, gutsy play by Pecor to dive and reach that ball out.
Well, good news, they're moving the chains. Lakers get another first down. It's all they needed, Tyler, just that 2-3 yards right up the middle. And you move the chains. The Lakers doing a great job.
10.5 to play in the half. First down for the Lakers. Pecor in the shotgun. Going to take the snap. Going to run up the middle again. Gets to about the 35-yard line. Down about the 34. A nice gain on first down once again for Pecor, the backup quarterback.
And Jonah
Pedro takes him down.
You know, and Pecor's got a lot of skills. He's very fast. He's a good thrower. He makes good decisions in the pocket. Running the ball on these quarterback keepers, not his forte, but he's doing a pretty good job tonight, Tyler.
Second down and 6 now for the Lakers. 10-11 to play. Just under 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Jaws now in the gun at the Wildcat. Snap to Jaws. Going to take it inside as he counters down to about the 32-yard line. Going to bring up third down, but a nice couple of yards there for Kenneth Jones III. Kedro on the tackle again for Utica Eisenhower.
You got to look at the offensive linemen doing such a great job there, Tyler, including the Lakers' Connor Boyle just leading the way and blocking so well for Jaws on that play.
Third down and short now for the Lakers. 3 yards to go for that first down at the Ike 31-yard line.
That was Henry. I pulled the wrong name. I'm sorry about that, Tyler.
Jaws in the Wildcat now. Pecor in the backfield with him, along with Montel Johnson. Snap to Jaws, waits for his blocks, goes up the middle, gets about the 30, and pushes for those extra yards. He's going to get that first down. They'll move the chains. Another great play in the power rush for Kenneth Jones III. Let's take a look at this. We bring in Montel Johnson, that block on the left side there.
on the tackle.
He kind of waits for Pecor to get that block. A little bit of an extra push there as he sees Cody Raymond penetrating and gets that first down. Really close. Actually, they're going to call this one fourth down. Fourth down and 1 now for the Lakers at the Ike 29-yard line. Again, same formation. Going to be the same thing happening here. Jaws right up the gut. 8:40 to play in the half. 0-0 score. Snap to Jaws. This time takes it outside. Gets a good block. Gonna get that space. Gonna get near that first down and gonna get it. They are moving the chains. First down, WB.
You know, really nice job there by Kenny Jones III, because that time there wasn't anything available right in the middle of the field. Normally he just bullnose right through, but he sees a nice opening on the left, able to get his first down. Great job by the running back of the Lakers on the direct snap.
First down and 10 now for West Bloomfield. A little over 8 minutes to play in the first half. 0-0 score unconventionally. A very defensive matchup so far for West Bloomfield. Kenneth Jones III again going to be lined up at quarterback, this time in the shotgun. 2 men out to his left, Rogers and Jackson. Snap off the motion from Rogers. Jaws shifts up the middle, going to get about the 25-yard line, dives down. They'll call it the 24. And a gain of about 2 on first down.
You know, everyone was talking last week after that Michigan game about Donovan Edwards and the great job he did and that two-headed attack they have in Ann Arbor. You know, this team here, we never expected that we'd be seeing them run with all the great offensive weapons they have and all their speed. But tonight, the running game working great for the Lakers.
Got an offensive line like that, you can do a lot in the backfield, laden with seniors and juniors. 2 seniors, 3 juniors on the O-line for the Lakers. Second down and 8. Snap to Pecor. Going to look for a throw. Then going to take it up the middle. Penetration by a couple of guys. It's Christian Johnson and Jonah Tchaikovsky. And Tchaikovsky finally takes him down in the backfield. Not going to get much of anything happening there after, again, just great physicality from this Ike team. Penetrating through that defensive line almost immediately. Look at that play. Look at that swim move by Christian Johnson to get in the backfield. Excellent defensive play so far for Ike. Third down and 7 at the Ike 23-yard line. Just under 7 to play in the first half. 0-0 score. Pecor in the shotgun. 2 men out to the left. It's Jackson and DeAndre Hill. Snap to Pecor. Looking down the field. Gonna get a pass. Gonna get incomplete. And then knocked down. Wow. Just that last second. Knocked out in the hands of Brandon Davis. Swung it out the 2-yard line. Unfortunate. Pecor had it right there, and Brandon had it in his hands. Good defensive play in the secondary.
We'll watch a replay. I think Pecor got the ball where it needed to be. He had Pippen open as well on that play, but he decided to go to Brandon Davis-Swain, and the ball is right there, perfectly thrown between 2 defenders. Unfortunately, Lakers can't hold on.
Yeah, Sammy Agnello and Brandon Kedro there to knock that ball out on third down. 4th and 7, Lakers going to go for it here deep in the territory of Utica Eisenhower. Pecor in the shotgun, going to take the snap, gets a nice block. Looking to the end zone again, it's DeAndre Hill. It's in and out of his hands. Oh, man, just there. Another great pass from Pecor. Nice little lob play, gets it in a little bit of a pocket there for DeAndre Hill. And just, again, good coverage, put that pressure on the sideline and get Hill off balance. Let's take a look at this. Well thrown ball, nice spiral from Pecor. Just good physical defense there in the end zone. A couple of guys, Lorenzo Masseri there. Brandon Kedro also there again on that physical play and prevents a nice catch there. Did you see on the sideline, Mike Williams back in town, the University of South Florida, the all-time single-season sacks record holder here at West Bloomfield High School. Talking to DeAndre Hill and cheering on at some of those D linemen like Brandon Davis-Swain getting some offensive reps at his old position at tight end. So now first down, about 6.5 to go in the first half here at West Bloomfield High School. First down and 10 for Ike. Snap and a handoff to Johnson. Nope. Kedro's going to pull it, going to take it up to about the 27-yard line. Finally met by a bunch of Lakers. It'll be second down. Not a whole lot of yards gained there on first.
A lot of Lakers.
I mean, who wasn't on that tackle for West Bloomfield there? We're probably better off just saying who wasn't there.
Pickup of about 4.
4-yard gainer, second down and 6 for Utica Eisenhower with 6 to play in the first half. 0-0 score here at West Bloomfield High School. Kedro in the shotgun. 1 man in the backfield is Johnson snapping. He's going to hand that ball off, reading the linebackers, but a whistle on the play will stop it right there. Again in the trenches, lots of penalties tonight so far for both of these squads. Mostly on the Lakers side, a couple there, and 1 for Utica Eisenhower. The call. Zebra still talking this one over, getting it right. Seeing what the call is from the Utica sideline. Going to be on the Lakers here.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, Eisenhower first down.
So they're going to give Ike that first down there off the penalty. Going to move him forward 5.
First down Eisenhower.
Second down
at
and
their
5.
own 33-yard line.
So that's now going to move them up to their own 33-yard line. First down and 10 for Utica Eisenhower. Still in their huddle as West Bloomfield already lining up. Ike taking their time, talking this one over. Plenty of time here to make a nice drive down the field, put some points on the board. Kedro going to remain in that quarterback. No sign just yet of Preston Crum. In the backfield with Kedro is Johnson in the Ike 33. Snap a little bit bobbled, so he's going to pull it. Going to throw it down the field, looking about the 40-yard line, and out of the hands of both the wide receiver, Jackson DeMass, and Deontay Pippen again, shutting down these wide receivers. Look at this play. Deontay Pippen, these last 2 weeks, he has been something special for this Lakers secondary. Shutting down last week Tashi Braceville, and there getting his hands up on the football and at least knocking it out off another well-thrown ball, this time from Utica Eisenhower, intended for the senior Jackson DeMass.
You know, both sides of the ball, Tyler, we're seeing great work by both of these secondaries. They have been all over the receivers tonight.
2nd and 10, Eisenhower.
So now 2nd down for Ike at their 33-yard line. Kedro in the shotgun, Johnson in the backfield. Snap, he's going to hand that off to Kedro, to Johnson. And Johnson is going to get stopped in the backfield by his identical last name twin, Montel Johnson. They're going to lose a couple of yards. Take a look at this again. Really long, delayed handoff there for Kedro. As he's looking at those linebackers. They jump. He's going to hand that ball off. They lay back. He's going to look for a pass. And they penetrated a little bit late, so he handed that off a little late. Third down and 10 coming up now for Ike. Again, going to take their time in the huddle. It's going to be at their 33-yard line again with 4.5 to go in the first half. Kedro in the shotgun, Johnson in the backfield, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Snap to Kedro, pocket collapses, going to run up the middle, gets to about the 35, down to the 40, past the 45-yard line, first down and a little bit more for Utica Eisenhower. He makes a play there after his pocket collapsed pretty quickly. Let's take a look. So here goes right away. Great penetration. Xavier Davis. Brandon Davis swaying on the strong side. And that opens up a big hole also for Kedro. Now they're approaching Laker territory again. About 4 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0 score, West Bloomfield High School. Brandon Kedro in at quarterback for the injured Preston Crum. Snap to Kedro. Rolls out to his right. Looking for a pitch on the option. Going to get about a yard. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brought down by Montel Johnson.
Lakers did a good job defensively not to bite on that potential pitch there, Tyler, because I was watching. It just looked like he was getting ready to pitch the ball. Quarterback ended up keeping it.
Head to the track at this time.
Now it's going to be 2nd down and 9 with about 3.5 to play in this first half at West Bloomfield High School. Still a 0-0 score in this regular season finale. 2 great defensive teams showing that defensive prowess in this first half.
Their own 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kedro in the shotgun, 1 man in the backfield, a couple of blockers, including Cody Raymond. Snap, going to fake the handoff. Kedro looking way down the field, wide open receiver. It's caught. Luke Neal at the 10. Now down to 5, being chased by Deontay Pippen. He's going to be tackled at the 1. Late tackle there for Deontay Pippen. Good pursuit after the catch, and Luke Neal, this guy's big in this offense. 23 receptions, averaging about 11.4 yards per catch this season, and already has a couple of touchdowns too. Thought he had number 3 there, but now knocking on the door of West Bloomfield High School. Ike is at the 1, 1st and goal. Lakers in unfamiliar territory here late in the first half, looking like they could be down if Ike puts this ball in the end zone or between the uprights. Got 4 plays to do it with a little bit under 2:40 to play in the first half. First down at the 1-yard line for Ike. Kedro takes the snap. Going to hand that ball off. They're going to get in the end zone. 6 points coming up for Utica Eisenhower.
Cody Raymond on the carry.
Raymond gets the carry there. Eisenhower's first to strike here at West Bloomfield High School. It is now a 6-0 ball game in favor of Ike.
Well, Tyler, if you're the Lakers here, you're a little wounded tonight. You've got a lot of players that are missing. The one thing you really don't want to do is get too far behind, Tyler. I know I'm stating the obvious here, but the Lakers are finding themselves, as you mentioned a moment ago, in unfamiliar territory.
Snap and hold is good. The kick is up, and that kick is good for Utica Eisenhower's Owen Music. Now a 7-0 game in West Bloomfield High School. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more. You're watching and listening to coverage of West Bloomfield Lakers football.
2:33 left.
What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on the MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch the MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV 89.3 and streaming on MyMyTV.com.
Welcome back to West Bloomfield now down 7. Not unfamiliar territory for the Lakers, not being the first to strike, but certainly not quite familiar with it being so late in the first half.
You know, Tyler, I think the thing here, too, is the Lakers need to figure out what's going to work for them tonight. They want to run the ball. They want to throw the ball. They haven't really figured out what is going to work for them and get them a consistent scoring drive.
Kickoff now to the Lakers, going to be returned about the 2-yard line. Down about the 15 to the 25, it's Jameer Benjamin. 25-yard line at the 30, gets to the sideline almost at the 35-yard line. A nice return for Jameer. His first game really serving in that role deep back for the Lakers alongside Bryce Rowe.
Brought down by number 21.
Lakers special teams been having a great season so far. Last week, an excellent kickoff return for a touchdown by his returning partner there, Bryce Rowe, in his first game back after an injury. So now Lakers going to have a chance to answer that score from Utica Eisenhower with about 2:25 to go in the first half in this 7-0 ball game in favor of Ike. Again, no Samaj Morgan tonight for the Lakers, running the 2-quarterback system now with Rick Nance, their starter, also out. It's Brody Pecor in the shotgun now with Kenneth Jones III to his immediate right. Trips left for the Lakers. Snap to Pecor, quick pass outside, Deontay Pippen caught at the 29. He's going to take it to the 35-yard line, the 36-yard line. Gain of about 5 on first down for WB.
Tyler, I really like that call. I've been wondering when we're going to see number 7. He played such a big factor in the game last week against Southfield. And with Samaj Morgan gone, he can play the role of the speedy receiver, and we've not seen a lot of that so far tonight.
Second down and 6 for the Lakers with 2:05 to play in the first half. Pecor in the shotgun. A little bit of a jump on the defensive line. Pecor takes the snap. Going to roll up about the 36-yard line. Met with a slew of Eagles. Not going to get much of any gain. Now a push from the Lakers. It's a wrestling match at the 36-yard line. And now finally the Zebra's going to whistle that ball dead with really no gain there.
Kind of surprised that they didn't get a free play and a penalty flag in that, Tyler.
Yeah, very interesting that wasn't whistled down a little bit earlier. That play was dead pretty quick. Nonetheless, third down and 6 off a no gain at the Laker 37 for the L Boys, heading right to left. And Pecor going to be in the shotgun again. Kenneth Jones III in the backfield. Trenton Allison out left and twins to the right for the Lakers. Whistle now by the Zebras. Going to stop play here for a moment. It is timeout called by Utica Eisenhower. I want to talk this over after Lakers finally getting something going in that receiving game. That's the thing, Dave. The Lakers not necessarily going away from that receiving game today, but so far Utica Eisenhower been excellent in the secondary, getting physical with these Lakers receivers after some really well-thrown balls from Brody Pecor.
No, they're doing a good job on the other side of the ball. And the Lakers side of the ball, I just don't think they've really fallen in their groove. They've not been able to put together a drive that they've been able to march down the field. And again, that's obvious. But they gotta decide, are they gonna throw the ball? Are they gonna let Pecor open up his game and open up the offense a little bit for him? Or are they just going to try to get some pieces here and there? I don't think that they've really clearly identified what their game plan is yet tonight. We'll wait and see where we end up.
Just a little over a minute, 1:02 to play in the half. Lakers in a 1-minute drill now, down 7 on third down and 6 at their own 37 on the left hash. Quarterback is going to be Kenneth Jones III.
Pecor in at fullback alongside Ralph Rogers. Out left is Joshua Tate. One man out right. Tate now in motion. Snap to Jaws, going to roll out to his left, getting to the sideline. Gets about the 40-yard line, down to about the 41, and pushed out of bounds. Going to be really close. About 4th down and 1 now for West Bloomfield with 52 seconds to play in the half.
See, that's the kind of play that's been money for the Lakers all season long. Anytime they've needed 2, 3, 4 yards, direct snap to Jaws, and they know it works. That's the one part of their offense, Tyler, that they have tonight that they've had all season long. The rest got a question mark still tonight.
Pulling out the big blockers. Brody Pecor and Montel Johnson going to block for Kenneth Jones III and the Wildcat. 4th down and 1. Whistle again. Going to be another timeout for Utica Eisenhower. They want to talk this over. This is a bread and butter play for the West Bloomfield Lakers. They bring in those blockers. It's interesting. They're keeping Pecor out there to the right of the quarterback. In the past couple weeks, that's been Rob Harris. They put their linebackers in the backfield as fullbacks, blocking for Jaws, pushing him those extra couple of yards, and it's been really effective, giving Pecor the chance, who also plays fullback, to do that as Kenneth Jones III, likely to just get that snap, run up the middle, maybe along one of the A or B gaps. 52 seconds to go in the first half for the West Bloomfield Lakers. 4th down and 1 at the Laker 41-yard line. Second timeout taken for Utica Eisenhower. If this play is not successful for West Bloomfield, they'll start in their territory with 1 timeout left and a 7-point lead. 7-0 score as we approach halftime. Jaws and the Wildcat. Bunch formation for the Lakers. Snap to Jaws, going to take it up the middle. Now he shifts out to his left, going to get past the 45, down past the 50, 1st down and more, and now in Ike territory with seconds ticking off that clock now. West Bloomfield still marching up the field. The clock's going to stop as they move the chains with under 50 to play in the half. 44 seconds remaining. Pecor in the shotgun. They're not going to take a timeout. They're going to go. Takes a snap, throw outside. It's deflected, almost intercepted on a dive by Cody Raymond, incomplete. Going to be 2nd down for the Lakers now with under a minute to play in the first half. 40 seconds to go in the half, down 7 points. 7-0 score in favor of Ike. The West Bloomfield in Ike territory with all 3 timeouts remaining. Keep that in mind. Twins out right for the Lakers, now trips with Trenton Allison in the slot. Brody Pecor will be the quarterback for the Lakers with Kenneth Jones III in the backfield as his running back. Single man out to the left is DeAndre Hill and his 5 touchdowns on the season. Snap to Pecor. Looking down the field, looking for DeAndre Hill, and he is tripped up at the 20-yard line. It's going to go over his head, incomplete. Now going to be 3rd down for West Bloomfield at their 47-yard line with 34 seconds to play in the half. Take a look here from Pecor. Going to get an opportunity. Some nice blocks from that offensive line. Good little pocket. Kenneth Jones III picking up another block there. Pecor gets a nice ball and just a little bit tripped up there for DeAndre Hill. Again, a double team on that key wide receiver. This Utica Eisenhower defense, they're keeping the pressure on West Bloomfield. So now, 3rd down and 10 for West Bloomfield. Brody Pecor, the quarterback. Trips to the right, snap to Pecor, going to roll out to his left, gets a nice block, throws it out toward the sideline. It's going to be DeAndre Hill, going to be close to that 1st down line at about the 39-yard line.
They're going to move the sticks. DeAndre Hill knew exactly where he needed to go. Perfect play by the receiver, knew exactly where the 1st down markers were, and then boom, got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
And heads up block by Kenneth Jones III in the background too, in the backfield, in order to get Pecor that last little opportunity to look to his left and launch that football. 30 seconds left in the half. 1st down and 10 for West Bloomfield at the 36-yard line. Twins out to the right for WB. Single man, and twins to the left too. Snap to Pecor, looking to his left. Has to roll out of the pocket, going to run toward the sideline, getting chased at the 45, takes a big hit. Cody Raymond on the tackle, but also a big hit from Ryan Police and Lorenzo Masseria also there. 18 seconds left to play in the first half. Take a look at this here as Pecor rolls out to his right. Has to take that ball. Had some time, but pocket just collapses and he has nowhere to go, and then just gets the wood laid down on him there.
to 20 seconds.
Well, the one thing that we didn't see in our shots that I could tell you was the case, I mean, Pecor had nowhere to throw the ball. He could have made a mistake of inexperience and throw the ball. But even with the clock ticking, he did everything he could to make a play out of it. Just didn't have the speed to get around the corner. But, you know, throwing the ball into 2 or 3 men in coverage wouldn't have made sense there. So good job by the Lakers. Unfortunate, though, they weren't able to complete a pass there.
Lakers moving up in Ike territory, now at the 35-yard line on the right hash. 20 seconds left to play in the first half. They're down 7 points. They will not get the football to start the second half. It's going to be Utica Eisenhower as they deferred after winning the coin toss. So Ken Rise, the offensive coordinator, you saw in that huddle on the sideline talking it over. Pippen out wide left in a trips formation for West Bloomfield. Single man out to the right. It's going to be Jaden Allos. First down and 10 at the 35 of Ike for West Bloomfield. Pecor in the shotgun. Going to take the snap. Looking down the field. Another big throw coming up. Intended for Hill. It's going to be incomplete. In and out of his hands.
Pecor pass intended for DeAndre Hill.
Incomplete. Going to be second down for the Lakers with 15 seconds left in the first half. And again, still 7-0 score off the touchdown earlier from Connor Raymond. So Cody Raymond. Second down and 10 for the Lakers, still at the 35 on the right hash of Utica Eisenhower. Down 7-0 at West Bloomfield High School, its regular season finale. Trips to the right for the Lakers, single man out to the, trips to the left for the Lakers, single man out right is Allos. In motion to the left is Jaws, snap to Pecor, gonna run with it. Gets maybe a couple yards, now dives for it. Gonna get down about the 31-yard line with just a few seconds remaining in the first half. Lakers can go to the sideline, talk it over again. Timeout called by WB with 6 seconds to play in the first half. So now I got to talk this over again. Try to maybe get another quick playoff, if anything. Use that final timeout and try to put some points on the board, or you just take one more attempt, go to the end zone. That's what I'm doing. Referee's going to adjust. They're going to call it 9 seconds remaining in the first half now. So that's a little bit of a different opportunity. You can get a quick playoff, get to the sideline, and then set yourself up for a field goal. Try and make this a 4-point game at the half instead of 7.
Well, the one thing, Tyler, the one thing about Pecor, he does have a very significant arm. He's been making these throws and getting them in the area. They've been very accurate, and he can throw the ball 30 yards. He can put the ball in the end zone here on this play, and I don't know what else you can do with 9 seconds left but take a shot. I guess we'll find out, right?
Pecor in the shotgun with Jaws in the backfield. In motion is Jaws, snap to Pecor, gets a little bit of a pocket. Now it's collapsing, rolls out to his right. Now rolling back left, looking down the field, good pressure. Throwing it in the end zone, looking in the back. Oh, just over the head of Jaws. That close, it was right on his fingertips. Great stick-to-itiveness by the quarterback, excellent blocking as that pocket collapsed and those secondary blocks happening, and then Pecor just launched that. I mean, he threw a bomb down the field, and Kenneth Jones III had just a tiny window of space and really nearly made that catch.
That is the end of the first half, ladies
Referee's
and
going to
gentlemen,
call
with the
that the
score.
end of the half. Final score at the end of the first
7,
half for the Lakers
nothing.
is 0, and for Utica Eisenhower it is 7. We'll come back in a few minutes with the Laker halftime show after a very defensive first half here for both of these teams. You're watching and listening to Laker football.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show. Hey Laker fans, do you know a friend or neighbor that volunteers in Greater West Bloomfield? We would love to help you recognize them at the 51st Annual Michigan Week Awards. Countless members of the communities of Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and West Bloomfield give their time and talent daily without regard for recognition. You can help recognize these individuals and organizations at our awards breakfast next year on May 12, 2023. Nominate your neighbor or organization starting January 28, 2023. Go to MichiganWeek.org for details. My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV. This November, honor the many people who offer their lives for our freedom at the 2022 Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. Organizations, charities, and local residents are invited to celebrate the men and women that ensure our safety and security. Hear from guest speakers, live performances, and presentations from veterans, officers, and more. Save the date, November 8th from 9 to 10:30 p.m. at the new West Bloomfield Middle School. Call 248-451-1900 to register.
Lakers seniors being honored at midfield right now. We'll listen in as Stoney gives the call on some of these other excellent athletes here at West Bloomfield High School.
Brooklyn, France, with her mother, Laline Donnell. Amani Hall, with her mother, Liana Tarpley. Alicia Lampkin, with her mother, Alicia McCormick. Anisha Miller, with parents Claude Fox and Ariel Gardner. Danae Samuel, parents Deanna Samuel and Martell Taylor. Jennifer Smith, with parents Nicole Smith and Garrick Smith. And Cindy Williams, with her mother Angel Cyrus. And now the seniors from the band. Anna Gorchik, accompanied by Judy and Fred Gorchik. Kylie Harmala, accompanied by Lisa, John, and Amelia Harmala. Now the Palm Squad. Braxton Beeks with Aisha Stewart and Bryant Beeks. Sophia Goldapper with Michelle and Michael Goldapper. Michaela Pittman with Kaneda and Corey Pittman. And Aaron Whetstone with her parents Angela and Bobby Whetstone. Congratulations to all of our seniors on a successful and accomplished career. You truly represent the best we have to offer in Laker Nation. And thank you parents, family, friends, and students for coming tonight.
Great recognizing these Lakers seniors across many of our sports here at West Bloomfield High School, not just football, but our cheer team as well and others. Tonight on senior night, the band, also so many people involved in these football nights on Fridays here at West Bloomfield High School, and good to see them recognized too, as well as our heroes on the gridiron.
Well, Tyler, the Swamp on senior night is jam-packed. We got a nice turnout in this beautiful evening here in West Bloomfield. Final game of the season. And it's good to see so many people here because I know that, the big excitement kicks off next week with postseason play, likely back here at West Bloomfield, at least for the first game of postseason. And this is becoming a big tradition around here in West Bloomfield. We've had, very good teams, and very good teams are playing in late October.
Yeah, and it really is a community event here for people, and you see that pride showing right here in this audience that we have here tonight, and we've had throughout the season really great turnouts.
Please welcome the
It takes a little bit of time for them to get in at the beginning of the games. You don't really see a whole lot in the pregame, but it's almost like 7 o'clock. You blink, and this crowd is entirely full on both sides of the field, too. Good turnout also for Utica Eisenhower and their faithful tonight.
Take it all in and let your light shine tonight.
Now the Laker Palms team also out there We recognize their seniors as well on senior night here at West Bloomfield High School, halftime of the football game.
So Tyler, it's been an interesting campaign this year. You know, the team started out with all the confidence, got off to a great start, looked better than we've seen this Laker team and really any of these Laker squads look. We're just running like crazy, and then ran into Rochester Adams and didn't have the most disciplined game of their career or of this program, and fell. And that's been their only loss of the season. After Adams, I think the team worked hard, practiced harder, played harder, checked some of the egos at the door, and, you know, they've been knocking on all cylinders. And then I think the theme of the last couple of weeks for the Lakers has been injuries, losing the quarterback, Rick Nance. Then tonight, losing Samaj Morgan, not because of injury, but because of an incident at the end of the game in Southfield where he was ejected, and then when you're ejected, you don't get to play the following week. Add that up with the other injuries the Lakers already had, and you've now taken away the big weapons, those big offensive plays that have moved the Lakers down the field all season long and gotten them points when they need it. Now here tonight is kind of a must-win second half here, and I bet there's a very interesting conversation going on with the coaching staff talking to the players about what they need to do to win. But, Tyler, I think this thing is kind of in the hands of the coaching staff. I think they have to figure out what is the one thing that they can do that will work well for the Lakers, and just do it and do it and do it and do it. And if you ask me, I think if it's me, you want to hear this or not?
Sure, absolutely.
If it's me, based on everything I've seen so far in the first half, I would just make an adjustment. I don't think they can stop Jaws. And we saw it last week, play after play after play. Southfield knew that we were going to run Kenny Jones III, and they just couldn't stop him. I think the Lakers put the ball on the ground, put Kenny Jones III in the shotgun, let him be the quarterback for the second half, let him carry the ball, maybe run a couple of jet sweeps to mix it up, and maybe you do bring in Pecor for a pass here or there. But I think that's what you got to do in the second half. If not, I'm not confident that the Lakers can get 7.
Yeah, nothing really doing in the receiving game for the Lakers so far, and not to any of the fault of the quarterback or even those wide receivers. Is really to the tip of the hat to this secondary for Utica Eisenhower, shutting down these Laker wide receivers. They're putting double teams on guys that are going to be getting a lot of targets. DeAndre Hill getting double teamed all throughout the first half. Same thing with Deontay Pippen too. So taking away those targets, and then when those targets are there, when those opportunities are there, capitalizing on that late pressure in the pursuit of that football, particularly in the air, to either knock the ball out of the hands off of these athletes like DeAndre Hill, who had a great opportunity. Same thing with Kenneth Jones III. Or to shut down those opportunities by getting in the way of that wide receiver in a way that is legal, but it's really great pressure being seen in the secondary. And that's a big credit to David Brzezinski and this defense, the defensive coordinator, of course, for Utica Eisenhower and that secondary.
Well, we've seen Pecor do a very effective job as quarterback all season long. But on the other hand, he hasn't really been in pressure must-score situations very often. He's been, the guy that would come in and maybe play a series or two, and then Samaj would come in, and then Jaws would come in, and they would mix it up. But tonight, they don't have that. And, Pecor has been doing a good job in the first half. He's thrown some great balls, like right at the end of the first half. 2 or 3 passes, we said, hey, 9 seconds left on the clock. What are you going to do? You got to throw it in the end zone. You don't really have any other plays. They're on the 35, 37-yard line. Boom. Gets the ball perfectly thrown in the corner of the end zone, and Lakers just can't come up with a reception, and that's because a great job at the secondary. So call it what it is. If I'm the coaching staff, I'm looking at this game, I'm saying, hey, the secondary of Ike is shutting us down. So what are we going to do? Let's just run the ball. Even if they load up the box, let's run the ball for a while and see what happens. Then you run, and maybe that would open things up a little bit, and the Lakers would be able to, put the passing game back in place. But I think you just come out. When you get the ball, you run the ball up the gut and put the one guy, the hero that we have available tonight of all the list of heroes, the guys that have got us here. I think when you're in a pinch, when you're in a tough spot, you go with your leaders. And tonight, the biggest leader they have on this field right now offensively is Kenny Jones III.
Yeah, I think also you got to adjust that receiving game too. The strategy that you're using, going down the field, they're locking down those wide receivers, but also look at what's happening, as you said, as they load up the box, as they use that front seven to put pressure in the backfield and on the quarterback. You know, you're blitzing those linebackers. That opens up the middle of the field for the Lakers too. So maybe you send a guy like Trenton Allison in an in route, or send Kenneth Jones III or Josh Tate that you have out there as some of those secondary and tertiary targets, and maybe play the short game in the receiving game, and make that defense adjust to you as well, and then that's going to give you the benefit of being able to set up your offense a little bit more like you want to.
Right, and
run.
if you're having trouble throwing the ball to your receivers, the Lakers have had that historically. And we're not second-guessing the coaches. We're just pontificating here, my friends.
Sure.
But another thing you could do is do what the Lakers have done in the past. Take your wide receivers, run them in the jet sweep, and then take advantage of the speed. If you can't complete the pass because of the great job of the secondary, take somebody like Pippen, throw him in the jet sweep and see what he can do, because that guy is probably the fastest guy in the field tonight.
Yeah, certainly, and had a big impact last week in the secondary himself because of that speed, going up against one of the fastest guys in the state, Tashi Braceful, the wide receiver for Southfield A&T. Last week at the half, West Bloomfield down 7-0 to Utica Eisenhower. Ike able to score late in the second quarter with about 2.5 to play in the half on a rushing play by Cody Raymond, the wide receiver for Utica Eisenhower, after a big catch by Luke Neal that took the Eagles way down the field, all the way down to the West Bloomfield 1-yard line. And then it was just a play later. So the West Bloomfield, besides that couple of plays, much like Utica Eisenhower, great defensive matchup as well for the Lakers, getting in the backfield, putting pressure on the quarterback, and shutting down their run game for the most part.
You ask me, though, Tyler, this is a must-win game. I think the Tylers are going to come out, make the adjustments they need to, and come back and win in the second half. We're going to take a break. We got a lot to talk about when we come back. We got postseason play. Want to talk about our sponsors and all the help they've been, and just some other things going on in the community. But let's take a time out here in West Bloomfield at West Bloomfield High School on the Swamp. Laker football, Lakers trailing 7-0. We'll be back with more Laker football coverage across all of our social media and internet outlets, and of course on the big one, 89.3 Lakes FM, lakesfm.com, and Civic Center TV. We'll be right back.
This November, honor the many people who offer their lives for our freedom at the 2022 Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. Organizations, charities, and local residents are invited to celebrate the men and women that ensure our safety and security. Hear from guest speakers, live performances, and presentations from veterans, officers, and more. Save the date, November 8th from 9 to 10:30 p.m. at the new West Bloomfield Middle School. Call 248-451-1900 to register.
If your pet could tell you where you should shop for him or her, it'd be a place run by pet lovers. With hard-to-find food, toys, and gifts, with pet-friendly people and services, and great advice from people who really know pets, it'd be a place where his friends hang out, even that old guy, where there's a surprise around every corner. If your pets could tell you, they'd recommend Premier Pet Supply. But pets can't talk. Or can they? Premier Pet Supply, the place pets love.
Plan a day out, enjoy an exquisite dinner, or soak in the atmosphere at Orchard Mall in the heart of West Bloomfield. Between Maple and Orchard Lake Road, capture the moment at Frameable Faces. Wrap up your back-to-school shopping at Guys and Gals, or get presents for your pet at Premier Pet Supply, and so much more. Visit the Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield, and consider visiting November 26th for their Small Business Saturday. Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3, and streaming on mymytv.com.
Thank you to all of our sponsors on our Laker football broadcasts all throughout this season, the Orchard Mall, Kelly Woodley and her team over there with a variety of great activities and shops, especially as we're heading into the holiday season. A great place to head there on Orchard Lake Road just before Maple. It's the Orchard Mall. And another place you can go there, Dave, is Premier Pet Supply, another one of our sponsors. Great place to take your dog for a bath and walk around.
Tyler, I don't even have a pet, but I like to go in there because I know other people bring their pets, and then I get to hang out with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I know they do some adoption drives too, so you can meet some pets if you're looking to bring a pet into your home, looking to adopt. So you can find more information on that on their website, and also they have locations not just in Greater West Bloomfield here right at the Orchard Mall, but all throughout southeastern Michigan, a locally owned business too. So you don't have to go to those big box stores and support some multinational corporation. You can support your friends and your neighbors right here in the Oakland County area at Premier Pet Supply. Also, support your volunteers by joining in on the Michigan Week committee this year, sponsoring us. Their award ceremony honoring volunteers all throughout our community happens each year in May. You can find more information on michiganweek.org, including information on how you can nominate someone volunteering in some capacity in your life that you'd like to recognize at their 2023 award ceremony. And lastly, involved in Michigan Week and so much else in the community, Ken and Deb Macon sponsoring us as well. And Deb Macon, of course, one of our Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commissioners, which oversees Civic Center TV and Lakes FM. So big thank you to her for all her service. And then Ken Macon on the library board, our favorite West Bloomfield Library with 2 branches right here in the township.
Well, I really love these Friday nights in West Bloomfield. We got a huge crowd here. The parking lot is jammed. There's, well over 1,500, maybe 2,000 people here. A lot of folks also came from far over on the east side, from Utica Eisenhower, to be with us tonight, and a beautiful night outside. They're having a lot of fun in the swamp. I can probably get you a shot of that right now. All the students down there having all kinds of fun. And you can see tonight that this is what high school football is really all about, a lot of fun. But seeing that flag, Tyler, reminds me that Election Day is right around the corner. In the swamp, what is it, like political night down there?
It looks like it's just a USA.
Red, white, and blue night?
Red, white, and blue night, yeah.
All right. Well, it reminds me that Election Day is coming up on the 8th of November. And on Election Day, we have another big thing going on. It's our Heroes Breakfast at the all-new West Bloomfield Middle School. What do they call that? The Auditoria?
Yeah, Auditoria.
Auditoria. I want to keep calling it the cafetorium.
Yeah, same difference. That's what they used to call it in my middle school.
But we also have our Heroes Breakfast going on there. A good opportunity to honor those who have served. It's going to be a great program. Tyler and I will be there live, and we'll be broadcasting the whole thing. We hope you catch that. That's just one of the many things we do throughout the year here on Civic Center TV on 89.3 Lakes FM. Laker football and a whole lot more. We hope you check out our programming throughout the week. It's municipal meeting coverage, but it's also an hour and a half every Monday through Friday from 9:30 until 11 of all local coverage. We start with the Splash at 9:30 and then kind of segue and transition into Tyler's show at 10 o'clock, where we focus on the general area, Oakland County, the state of Michigan, and also things going on in West Bloomfield, Keego, Sylvan, and Orchard Lake. So we're here working hard each and every day. More exciting new things coming up from your friends at Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM, on the radio, on TV, and on the job every day. Tyler, we're on the job 7 days a week. It's football, it's an event, it's the open house at the fire station. It's just 1,000 different things. And you know what? We don't call it a job. It's what we do for fun. Tonight, the Lakers, speaking of fun, have a great opportunity, Tyler, to prove that they're one of the top teams in the state. Great teams adjust at halftime and come back and kick booty in the second half.
Yeah, and Lakers got to come back out fighting. It's been a very defensive matchup so far, 7-0 in favor of Utica Eisenhower at this moment in time, and the Lakers got to get something moving offensively. They were moving up the field near the end of the half, just kind of ran out of time, really, on that final drive, but they got to come back and answer strong. Utica Eisenhower going to start with the football in the second half, so that defense got to keep it up now and keep Ike off the scoreboard because these offensives not getting a whole lot of anything from these defenses tonight in terms of opportunities, and so you go down a couple of scores, even go down 10-0. That is a large hill to climb as that clock keeps ticking down and you get closer to the end of this game.
And the one thing, Tyler, the one thing you've done it already a little bit, you don't want to encourage it. You don't want Utica Eisenhower to think that they're going to come in here and they're all that. Because right now they're thinking, oh my goodness, the Lakers. Everyone said they were one of the best teams in the state. They're 7-1. They kicked our booty last year. Don't forget that these guys want some revenge. We went over there last year. This is a home and away matchup at the end of the season. We went there last year, Tyler, and we really handed them a very decisive loss, and I'm sure they remember.
Yeah, they definitely do remember. And the Eagles faithful with us tonight on our broadcast, Roman Reno on YouTube commenting in all caps, how about them Eagles, up 7-0. So we welcome the Eagles faithful from Utica Eisenhower joining us on tonight's broadcast. CivicCenterTV.com/Lakers Sports for more information on where you can join us for Laker football each and every week in your local area on Comcast, on AT&T, and also online in a variety of different places. We're also on the Facebook page of the West Bloomfield School District. We'll check that out in a little bit and give some shout outs to those viewers as well.
All right, so unfortunately the Lakers are going to kick the ball here. So Tyler, job one in the second half, shut down Eisenhower quickly in their first drive. Get the ball back and turn this thing around. Get some points on the board. Get your confidence back. And let's see what the Lakers came up with at halftime.
Second half about to be underway. Put 12 minutes on the clock, 24 minutes remaining in this ball game. The Lakers down 7-0 to the Utica Eisenhower Eagles. Joining us tonight for the regular season finale out of the MAC Red. It's MAC Red versus OAA Red here at West Bloomfield High School. Ike winning the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will begin this half with the ball as Krauthammer will kick this off, the left-footed kicker for the Lakers from the right hash on the 40-yard line, left to right on your radio dial. Two back to receive for Ike. Kickoff from Krauthammer, going to go way back there near the end zone. Going to bounce about the 4-yard line, and then it's going to go out of bounds as Sammy Agnello just lets it go. Flag on the field is going to be a good field position to start for Utica Eisenhower as that goes to the sideline, bounces out of play.
Well, that's really a bummer for the Lakers because you're going to give them great field position to start here. And unfortunate for the senior kicker for the Lakers, but no big deal. The Laker defense will come back. And, of course, Eisenhower's going to get the ball with great field position to start the second half.
Because of the penalty, this ball will be placed at the 35-yard line of Ike on first down and 10. Preston Crum going down with an injury, the quarterback in the first half. He is not back. Again, Brandon Kedro will be the quarterback in the shotgun. Bunch formation, snapping a handoff to Christian Johnson. Going to get a few yards, get hit hard by R.J. Hayes the second, and Montel Johnson now be second down.
Montel Johnson and R.J.
Speak about R.J. Hayes the second. Rena Hayes joining us tonight on Facebook says, "Go R.J." And Smiling Crump also says yes with several different S's for R.J. And R.J. Hayes making a nice play there on first down. Second down now and 8 after the 2-yard gainer on first down by Johnson. Kedro in shotgun, couple to the left, couple to the right for the Eagles. Anil in motion, snap and slow to Kedro. He's going to take it himself, not going to get much of anything. That play collapsed quite quickly. Going to lose a couple of yards there. Bryce Rowe, Montel Johnson coming forward along with the defensive line, taking down the quarterback. Just a minute in the second half. It is 7-0 in favor of Utica Eisenhower, who scored late in the first half after getting a first and goal off a bomb pass that went way down the field to Luke Anil. He made a nice yards after catch kind of play, gets down about the 1-yard line, then a quick score after that, and that's where we're at. Third down and 9 at the Ike 36. 10:42 to play in the third quarter. Kedro the quarterback. Anil again in motion, goes to Kedro's left. Snap to Kedro, he'll roll out slight right, now goes back in the pocket, getting chased. Has to roll out to the sideline. Now he's rolling backwards, going south at the 15, throws it away. Almost caught. It is caught, and then a loss of yards. Christian Johnson coming up with that football. the senior running back. Take a look at this. Great pursuit by the Lakers, but also nice move escaping there and sticking to it for Kieft, trying to make something happen. Going to be just a loss of 3 after all of that from Kieft and the pass to Christian Johnson.
Well, here's what the Lakers wanted. They're going to get the ball back, and they were able to come up with a huge defensive stand.
Music punts that ball off, going to land about the 32-yard line. It is muffed by Marquise Morris, but it's going to be whistled down, and that's where West Bloomfield will start in their own territory, 32-yard line, going left to right, and looking to answer to that late first half score by the Eagles. Ken Rise, the offensive coordinator for the Lakers, talking us over in the huddle. You see there on the sideline, Marquise Morris getting some words of encouragement from the coaching staff, talking to Samaj Morgan, a guy usually would be receiving those kickoffs, those punts, but out today after being ejected late in the fourth quarter last week at Southfield, being called for a taunting penalty. West Bloomfield will begin this drive at their 32-yard line. First down and 10, 9:51 to go in the third quarter. Pecor, the quarterback. Jaws in the backfield with him. Snap to Pecor, going to hand that ball off. It's actually Ralph Rogers, takes up the 35. Nope, it is Jaws at the 40. Breaks a tackle, gets past the 45, down about the 48 and out of bounds. Great play on first down for Kenneth Jones III, putting his shoulder into it. Let's take a look at this. Here comes Jaws, a little bit of a pause, gets around the outside, breaks a tackle on 3 people. 3 people there trying to take him down, and finally gets to the sideline. Great play on first down for the L-Boys.
At their own 48-yard.
Now at their own 48, first down and 10, 9:44 to play in the third quarter. Lakers down 7-0 to Ike. Pecor in the shotgun. Single man out right is DeAndre Hill, twins to the left. The snap to Pecor, going to hand that ball off to Jaws. He hesitates, goes up to the right side, past the 50 down to the 45, puts his shoulder into it again at the 40, and it's taken down finally after the contact by Sammy Agnello.
Tyler, I love what I'm seeing now. It didn't play out the way I thought, but they are going to the guy who is money. They're going to Jaws. This is the one guy that can get this team down the field. He's been doing it all season. It's nothing new for him. Go with the men that have made it work for you all season long when things aren't working out too well. Kenny Jones III.
9.5 to play in the third quarter. The chains move. First down for the Lakers at the 40 in Ike territory. Pecor in the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield. Snapping a handoff to Jaws. Pecor is going to keep it himself. Great fake. Gets up about the 35-yard line. Reaches it to the 34. Nice gainer on first down. Going to give about 5-6 yards there for the Lakers.
Well, things open up a little bit for Pecor when they think Jaws is going with it. You know, they expected to run the Jaws to run the ball one more time. Nice job of the quarterback keeper for West Bloomfield.
9 minutes to play in the third quarter. It's 7-0 in favor of the Eagles. Pecor in the shotgun, twins to the left for the Lakers. In motion is Rogers. Snapping a handoff to Jaws. It's going to roll around the right side. Gets to the 30. Down about the 25 and dives for it. Going to get the first down and a little bit more. We're going to move the chains again. We got a whistle. A flag is on the field. We'll see how that impacts this play. It's out around the left edge on the left hash. Another nice run for Kenneth Jones III. Looking to the Ike sideline, likely going to be on West Bloomfield. We'll take a listen, see what the Zebras think about this.
During the play, holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot in the foul. Replay, second down.
Last thing you really want there, Tyler, is a holding penalty when you've got your big play weapons unavailable tonight. See what the Lakers can do here. The hometown faithful not too happy with a holding call. Fortunately, that being a spot foul, it happened at the end of the play, and it really didn't set the Lakers back too far.
8.5 left in the third quarter. Pecor in the shotgun, Jones in the backfield with him, twins to the left. Single man out right is DeAndre Hill. Snap to Pecor, he's going to run to his left. Gets a nice little block and then loses about 1 yard there. Can't get back to the line of scrimmage and tripped up. Now it's going to be third down. Lakers using that run game as best as they can so far in the second half. That passing game in the first half all but shut down by Utica Eisenhower. Great pressure, great man-to-man defense, double teaming these key guys on the Laker receiving core. Hill and Pippen.
This is 4-down territory. Get what you can here and come back on 4th down.
3rd down and 12 for the Lakers at the 42-yard line of Ike. Snap to Pico, a quick throw out to his right to Deontay Pippen. Now he's going to use the speed, gets past the 40, breaks a tackle to 35, down about the 30 and out of bounds. A great play there, getting the ball to Deontay Pippen on a quick pitch. Let's take a look at this again. That's just as you said at the half, Dave. Get it to Pippen, let his speed do the talking.
Well, that's a really smart call by the offensive coordinator, Tyler, because we talked about the sweep, but why not throw that screen out to Pippen? Great call.
We'll adjust our clock. 7:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. That ball out of bounds. 1st down now for the Lakers at the Ike 29. Pecor in the shotgun. One man in the backfield is Jaws along with fullback Rogers. Snap off the Kenneth Jones III. Breaks a tackle at the middle. Gets down about the 15. Big run again for Kenneth Jones III, the senior on senior night. Take a look at this. Kenneth Jones III. Nice little hole. Makes a lot out of it.
Look at watch how many tackles he breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 broken tackles right there, Tyler. That is a rock star running back.
Just a little bit over 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Lakers marching in the territory here on Ike. 1st down and 10 at the 15. Pecor in the shotgun. Going to take the snap. We apologize. He had a little bit of a clock error there. He runs out to his left and gets about the 15-yard line. They're going to call it a loss of 1 to the 16. Jaskowski again on the tackle there as Brody Pecor tries to roll out to the left side and gets taken down. 6:44 and counting to play here in the 3rd quarter. Lakers down 7-0 at the 15-yard line, 14-yard line they call it, of Utica Eisenhower. 2nd down and 9. Pecor in the shotgun, snapping the handoff to Jaws. Shifty move, going to get down about the 11-yard line and met by a slew of tacklers and brought back. A nice gainer again for the Lakers. Gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd down and about 6.
I don't know if we're going to get a replay here, Tyler, on that run, but what a beautiful sidestep by Kenny Jones III. He doesn't have the hole, and then things just open up when he takes a nice little sidestep to the right, get an extra 3, 4, 5 yards. He really can cut and has the great vision.
6 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Your Lakers down 7-0 to Utica Eisenhower. It'll be 3rd and 6 at the 12-yard line of Utica Eisenhower. Pecor in the shotgun. Mostly a bunch formation. One man out slightly to the left for the Lakers is Jaden Allos. Blockers in the backfield are Kenneth Jones to the right, Montel Johnson, the linebacker, and a fullback to the left. In motion is Ralph Rogers. They're going to hand it off to Rogers. Takes a shifty move up the middle. Gets inside the 10, but finally met by a slew of tacklers for Utica Eisenhower and taken down ultimately. Gained about 3 yards there on 3rd down. Going to set up a 4th down inside the 10 for West Bloomfield. And decision coming up after a nice sustained drive by West Bloomfield. Several minutes ticking off the clock. But down 7 points. This defense tough to move on.
I think this is an easy one, Tyler. You give the ball to Jaws and the direct snap, and you get the 1st down or maybe even a touchdown.
5 yards to go for the line to gain. 4th down and 5 at the 9-yard line. 4:50 to play and counting in the 3rd quarter. Jaws in the Wildcat. Bunch formation, snap to Jaws, waiting for his blocks. Not going to get it, going to throw it in the end zone. Looks for it, gets it. Touchdown, West Bloomfield. DeAndre Hill from Kenneth Jones III in his 1st career passing touchdown.
Well, you know, Tyler, good job by the coaches. Do the unexpected. Watch him fake out the cameraman here. Who expected that? Nice pass into the end zone. Good catch by cameraman number 2 over there getting that shot. Beautiful job, TV crew, and a beautiful job by the Lakers and the offensive coaching staff with that amazing call, Tyler.
Now the extra point or a 2-point conversion. Lakers talking it over as there's an injury on the field for Ike with just a little bit under 5 minutes to play.
Kenny Jones III, that arm. What? That was beautiful. Have we seen that yet this season?
No, we have not seen that from Kenneth Jones III. They put him in there as a running quarterback, mostly in the Wildcat, and they're stepping up and making a heads-up play. Take a look at this again. he's looking for those blocks. They're not coming. The pressure's there. He just sees a little bit of an opening for DeAndre Hill and kind of just flips that ball in the air.
You know, but it's just what you do when your back's up against the wall. You go to the guy who's got you here. You go to your stars. You go to your heroes. Kenny Jones under pressure coming through for the Lakers.
Lakers lining up. They're going to go for 2. Whistles on the field. Going to be a timeout. And Utica Eisenhower wants to talk that over. The Lakers not going to bring out their field goal unit, their PAT unit there.
Well, this is a big decision here. I mean, this is a big decision, especially when you look at our history. Just look back at Rochester Adams, that critical game last year. We miss an extra point. We end up losing the game by 1 point. Here, these teams are having difficulty scoring, although the Lakers should in the second half. They can come back and make something happen offensively, and I bet they keep doing that. But even so, looking at where you're at right now, this 2-point conversion, this is big. But you're the Lakers, you're 7-1, you're one of the top-ranked teams in the state. You got Kenny Jones, who's been doing it all season long. If you're the Laker coaching staff, this is one of the easier bets you got, Tyler.
Yeah, old boys, without their long snapper Blake Nelson, that's part of the issues they've been having with the PAT and the field goal unit this season. Some botched snaps, some bad holds because of those snaps, and missed opportunities for these kickers. So now 6-7 in favor of Ike. Lakers going for 2. Jaws in the Wildcat snap. He's going to fake that handoff. Now looking for an opportunity. Going to get stuffed in the backfield. Luke O'Neal there and just reads that running back, sticks with him and wraps him up. Not going to give him any sort of an opportunity to use his strength to break that, and it's going to remain 6-7 here as West Bloomfield will kick it off
4:36 left in the
to
third
Utica
quarter.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower 7, the Lakers
Well, I think
6.
you really had to do that. I know it didn't work out, but I thought that was the right call. And just credit Eisenhower. Great defensive play. Tons of time left in this contest. What I like, Tyler, is that the Laker defense shut down Eisenhower on their drive, and West Bloomfield able to move the ball very nicely down the field with a very creative offensive scheme and nice adjustments at halftime.
Talk about West Bloomfield without their quarterback, Rick Nance, without their star, Samaj Morgan, the wide receiver, also been their quarterback for the last several weeks. But Utica Eisenhower offensively also without their quarterback, Preston Crum, going down in the first quarter. And with a backup quarterback, Brandon Kedro, playing some great football on the offensive side of the ball at the end of that first half and looking to answer now a score by West Bloomfield with the 1-point lead.
Krauthammer.
Krauthammer's waiting for the football.
Yeah, he has everything but a football. That's all we need.
We're playing football without a football, and last time I checked, that's not how that works.
Did you see that expression? It was like, well, hey, what am I supposed to do without a football?
I'm ready here whenever you are. I don't know. Zebra's talking this over. I don't know if...
Isn't it the team, aren't the teams responsible, for making sure they got a playing football? Here comes one.
We've heard of Tom Brady and company deflating footballs, but never hiding footballs.
And that football, here comes another one.
Now they got too many.
That football, the one that the Laker coaching staff threw out there first, the officials were a little suspicious of it. They looked real closely. Well, is it inflated? Is it Brady? Is it what?
Quite the social experiment there after the score by the Lakers. 4:36 to play in the third quarter. It is a 6-7 ball game in favor of the visiting Eagles. So Krauthammer now going to kick this ball off from the right hash at the 40-yard line. The kick, Boomer, going to go down inside the 5 again, bounce, and this time it's going to hit the pylon. They want the penalty. Ike wants the penalty. They're going to call a touchback, as you see Sammy Anello calling for that, saying, hey, hit the pylon. That's an extension of the sideline. That should be a penalty. Not the case. Zebra's going to call that a touchback, and it'll be a start at the 20 on this offensive drive for Utica Eisenhower.
I'm sorry I missed that. There was one of the coaches standing in the way here, and I couldn't get the camera down in the corner. But okay. Tyler, that was huge. That was a big turn of events right there. That an event that only a matter of inches made the difference. That ball doesn't do what it does. It goes a half an inch the other way or a half a foot the other way, and Utica's got the ball on the 35-yard line. Now they got to start on their own 20.
That would have been a second consecutive offensive drive that would have started at the 35
10,
off a kick to the sideline.
At their own
That's going to be the
20-yard
case. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line of Ike for Ike. Kedro at the quarterback in the shotgun, takes the snap. Gets a little bit of time, going to throw it out toward the sideline. It's in no man's land, going to land as a 32-yard line, incomplete second down. Intended there for Connor Temple, but he's way beyond that. And credit the Laker defense getting to Kedro as he's throwing that football.
Tyler, based on what I've seen so far, I think the Lakers can play man in the secondary and bring the house on these plays and really put a lot of players in the box, because I don't think Eisenhower can throw the ball very well right now.
Backup quarterback in there, not his natural position. The Lakers very heavy in the front seven, too. Great rushers there. We saw last week Jonathan Gabriel have a big game going after Isaiah Marshall this week, putting pressure on the backup quarterback, Kedro. Snapping a handoff to Christian Johnson, not going to get much of anything, if anything. Probably a loss there, actually, and it's going to be third down.
It wouldn't be a big surprise, Tyler, that the Laker defense would bail them out of trouble. We've seen that time and time again with this program.
About 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. It's a 6-7 ball game in favor of Utica Eisenhower. They have the ball after the Lakers score, a touchdown and a failed two-point conversion. Kedro again in the shotgun with Christian Johnson in the backfield. Twins to the left for Ike. Snap to Kedro, going to take a long time reading, going to get wrapped up. Gets wrapped up as he finally hands that ball off to Johnson. He's going to be taken down by Montel Johnson of the Lakers. Another loss, and that's going to set up a fourth down. Punting team's coming out. West Bloomfield's going to get that football back.
You know, Tyler, I don't think there's much worse in football than becoming one-dimensional. And Eisenhower, from a practical standpoint, is really offensively become one-dimensional, I think, at this point.
Yeah, some of the similar struggles we saw for West Bloomfield in the air happening for Utica Eisenhower at the end of that drive, and then nothing happening in the running game. Kind of the polar opposite. West Bloomfield very fruitful in the running game, but that passing game been a struggle tonight in this defensive 6-7 matchup here in the third quarter. 3 minutes to play in the third. Is a very weak punt. Lands about the 40-yard line, out of bounds. And Samaj Morgan recovers that in his street clothes on the sideline. That's where West Bloomfield's going to start this drive with a little bit under 2:50 to play in the third quarter. So now the Lakers going to have great field position, down just 1 point with a chance to take the lead. In great field position here after really marching down the field last time around on their previous series offensively, running the football, but passing touchdown, very short passing touchdown, off an adjustment by Kenneth Jones III, who was in the Wildcat and kind of lost any sort of blocking, any sort of pocket to work with in the backfield. First down and 10 for the Lakers at the Ike 40-yard line. Pecor going to be in the quarterback, 2 men in the backfield, Rogers the fullback, and Kenneth Jones III to the left of the quarterback at running back. Snap to Pecor, going to hand that ball off to Jaws. Shifts right at the 40, down to the 35, breaks a tackle to 30, to the 25, down about the 21-yard line. Going to be a first down and more. Kenneth Jones III with a shifty play. Keeps his eyes up the field and gets a first down. Take a look at this again.
Tyler, for some running backs, it just comes natural. Jones, nothing there. He cuts all the way back across the grain, finds a big hole. He's got the speed and the ability to cut to turn that into another big play for the Lakers.
First down and 10 now at the Ike 25 for West Bloomfield. 2.5 to play in the third quarter. Lakers down by 1. It's a 6-7 ball game. Trenton Allison out wide right for the Lakers. 1 man to the left. Snap to Pecor in the shotgun. A handoff to Jaws up the middle. Going to get down to about the 25.
Jones on the carry.
Down about the 20-yard line and dives to the 15. Nice gainer on first down. Almost a first down. We'll see if they'll move the chains. They're not going to.
Of 9 on the play.
Second down and 1.
A lot like last week in Southfield, Tyler. Everyone knows who's going to run the ball, and nobody can do a darn thing about it.
Second down and 1 at the 16 now for the Lakers. Just under 2 minutes to play. We'll adjust our clock. Snap and a quick handoff. Going to be pushed back.
Jones on the carry.
Really anything happening there for West Bloomfield.
No,
It'll be
but
third
did
down.
you see what Kenny Jones almost did there?
Yeah.
He spun almost out of the first tackle. He really did. Then got caught in the second tackle. And, you know, Ike is beginning to see that they need to bring 2, 3, 4 guys and swarm on him. But even so, he still almost broke that one.
It's now a third down for West Bloomfield and 3 yards to go at the 19-yard line of Ike. Jaws in the Wildcat. Pecor and Montel Johnson as blockers. One man out wide right is Ralph Rogers. Snap to Jaws, going to take it up the middle. Shifts out to his left, now shifts back inside at the 15 and going to dive down about the 10-yard line. Going to be a first down for West Bloomfield. A nice run by Kenneth Jones III. They'll move the chains with just under a minute to play in the third quarter.
What a great cut. Did you see that cut, Tyler?
Yeah.
What
It
a
was
great
I
cut
mean,
by Jaws.
Cut in, cut back out, and then cut back in, using those blockers to his advantage along with his athleticism to make a really nice play there on third down. First down and 10 for the Lakers. Well, it's first down and goal at the 10-yard line for West Bloomfield. 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Snap to Kenneth Jones III. Going to fake the handoff, taking himself off the A-gap. Going to get about a yard and taken down. Going to be second down. The tackle being made there by Cody Raymond alongside Lorenzo Masseri. Clock's going to keep ticking here with a little bit under 10 seconds to play in the third quarter, and the Lakers content to let that go and take this into the fourth quarter. Lakers 6, Utica Eisenhower 7 as the clock strikes 0 in the third quarter. We'll come back in just a minute with the fourth quarter. It's a 6-7 ball game, and the Lakers are marching into Ike territory. You're watching and listening to Laker football.
This November, honor the many people who offer their lives for our freedom at the 2022 Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. Organizations, charities, and local residents are invited to celebrate the men and women that ensure our safety and security. Hear from guest speakers, live performances, and presentations from veterans, officers, and more. Save the date, November 8th from 9 to 10:30 p.m. at the new West Bloomfield Middle School. Call 248-451-1900 to register.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter ahead here at West Bloomfield High School. Lakers 6 points. Utica Eisenhower 7, but the Lakers deep in the territory of the Eagles. Snapping 8-yard line, second down and goal. With 12 minutes to play in the ball game. Utica Eisenhower scoring late in the first half, and West Bloomfield scoring early here in the second half, but not getting anything on that 2-point conversion. And now that's where we stand at 6-7 as the Lakers take the field.
Second and goal for the
Second
Lakers.
down and goal inside the 10-yard line of Utica Eisenhower. After Ike so far this second half, their offensive drives not been very fruitful at all. West Bloomfield getting them off the field quickly, having sustained drives, moving up the field, using that run game to their advantage, and hoping to use that advantage to take the lead. Pecor in the shotgun. One man out right is Dante Pippin. Snap, he's going to look to the end zone. Got an open man, Brandon Davis Swain, thrown over his head. Incomplete pass. It's going to be third down now for West Bloomfield.
Brandon Davis Swain not too happy there, Tyler. You almost got the feeling he thought he was interfered with to some degree.
We'll take a look at this. He had some space. No, there's no interference
No.
there. It's just
couldn't get to the corner.
wasn't in position there,
Yeah.
wasn't in the corner, and because of that, it was overthrown, but good coverage by Sammy Agnello for Utica Eisenhower again to move that wide receiver where he needs to be and not be able to catch that football. This secondary having an excellent game tonight for Utica Eisenhower. Third down and goal. Snap to Pecor, going to throw out to his left side to Pippin. Caught, but it's going to be brought back. Great defensive play after the catch. Tackle by Pietro Trimitero. And that's going to be taken down at the 12-yard line. Loss of 4 on third down for the Lakers. And that'll bring up a fourth.
Tough break for the Lakers. That screen last drive really worked to Pippin. That time it was read very well by the defense. And now the Lakers have no choice but to go for the field goal.
Crowdhammer will come out for the field goal. This one's going to be placed at the 20-yard line, so it'll be a 30-yard field goal for the L Boys with 11:16 to play in the game. Snap and a hold by Trenton Allison. Kick is up for Ryan Krauthammer. It is good. Lakers take the lead now in the fourth quarter. It is a 9-7 game in favor of West Bloomfield High School. Lakers needing to get points on the board that drive. Their defense doing some work. We got 11 minutes left in this game. That drive ending really quickly here in the fourth quarter. Not quite the result they want, but hey, Dave, they got that lead back, and this defense is playing great football.
You know, we saw Krauthammer working on those field goals before the game tonight, and we just talked to him. We chatted, hey, senior night, could it be a special night for you? And it's turning out that way.
Lakers now their first lead of the contest, up by a field goal. Well, up by 2, actually, after that field goal, 9-7. Here in West Bloomfield, Ike getting a score late in the first half, and other than that, it's been all defense up until this point. But West Bloomfield able so far this second half to march up the field nice and slowly. We used their run
Hold on
game,
a second.
pull time off the clock, and get in the end zone. And then this last drive, get close. And again, credit to the receiving defense, the passing defense for Utica Eisenhower, shutting down Laker passing game.
Krauthammer will kick off for the Lakers.
Krauthammer will kick off. 11:05 to play in the contest. 9 points for the Lakers, 7 for Utica Eisenhower. At the 40, kickoff for Krauthammer. Going to go deep inside the 10 for Ike. Land in the end zone, going to be a touchback. That's where Utica Eisenhower will begin this drive at the 20-yard line in their territory.
Tyler, what was it about the defense in the last 2 drives that were able to let the Lakers stifle Eisenhower?
Well, it's that pass rush. I mean, just getting pressure in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, and making Brendan Kedro get rid of the football early on in the play. He likes to take his time making those reads in the backfield with Christian Johnson on those option plays. And if you get that pressure in the backfield, that read has to happen quicker and get sloppy, and you get your guys to their guys pretty quick. First down and 10, 11:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Lakers up 2. Snap to Kedro. Going to pitch that ball off to Johnson in the backfield. Hit, and then finally taken down about the 16-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about 4. Take a look here. Yeah, Kedro kind of bobbled it on the snap, and then got chased by Jonathan Gabriel. Had to pitch that ball off. He had no other option. That was going to be a big sack and a big loss in their own territory.
They just look uncomfortable offensively in the second half.
Lakers, really putting the gas on from that front 7, and when they do that, they're some of the best in the state. 10:24 to play in the game. 9-7 for West Bloomfield. It's second down and 14 at the 16 of Utica Eisenhower for Utica Eisenhower with Kedro in the shotgun. Twins left, single man right. Snap to Kedro. Going to hand that ball off to Johnson. He pulls it himself. Takes up the middle. Gets about the 20-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage for Kedro. Maybe plus an additional yard. It'll be third down and 10. Maybe third down and 9 for Utica Eisenhower.
Lorenzo Williams on the tackle.
Boogie Williams gets the tackle. His first game back after a few games out with an injury. Headed to Western Michigan University next fall. Going to be playing for the Broncos.
So you just think the Lakers are going to bring the house here, Laker. Tyler, it's a must pass.
Third down and 8 at the Ike 22 for Utica Eisenhower. Brandon Kedro in at quarterback. Preston Crum, their starter, out with an injury that happened early on in the game. Ike taking their time, setting this up. In motion is Raymond. Snap to Kedro. He's going to hand that ball off to Raymond, go around the left edge, and get taken down by Brandon Davis Swain. Jumps right on him, punishes him in the backfield. Raymond not going to get anything. It's going to be fourth down now for Ike with 9 minutes to play.
Well, with a lot of backups on the field tonight because of injuries and other circumstance. And right now, I think you just can clearly say that the Eisenhower bench does not have a lot of confidence in their quarterback to make a big passing play in fourth down.
Fourth down and 11. The punt team going to come out for Utica Eisenhower with just under 9 minutes to play. The Lakers can get this ball back in great territory, unless this punt is just excellent.
Rodrigo back to punt for the Eagles.
Rocco Rodrigo, the punter, coming out. And Pippen is back with Rowe for the return. It's actually a nice punt, going to land about the 45-yard line. Take a Eagles bounce past the 50 down to about the 47, and that's where West Bloomfield will start this drive with a little bit under 8:15 to play in the ball game.
Tyler, I have to confess something in front of the whole audience. I've realized that I'm not smart enough to not know to talk to our director when I'm actually on the air. So if people hear me saying some extra little comments to John Atwater, I apologize wholeheartedly.
At least you know where our cameras are going to be moving before they move, you know. Got inside baseball, we got inside football, now we got inside football crew.
Inside baseball while we're playing football.
They probably could have played football with that baseball earlier if they didn't figure out where the ball was. But nonetheless, first down for the Lakers, 8:18 to play in the contest. 9-7 lead for the L Boys at the 49-yard line of Ike. Snapping a handoff to Jaws. Going to go up the middle, past the 50, down about the 48-yard line. Nice gainer on first down. Gets into Ike territory. We'll see this again. Just a quick handoff to Kenneth Jones III, using a little bit of motion. Misdirection for the secondary. Not really all too effective. They know where it's going. And Jaws just makes a quick play. Gets up the gap and takes a dive to get a good few yards there on first down. Second down and 6 now with a 4-yard gainer on first for Jaws, for Kenneth Jones III. Single man out to the left is DeAndre Hill for the Lakers. Out to the right, Deontay Pippen. 2 men in the backfield. It's going to be Pecor, the quarterback, with Jaws, and Ralph Rogers, the fullback. Pecor puts Jones in motion, setting up a run. It is Pecor going to take it up around the right side. Gets past the tackles, down about the 40-yard line. Going to be called first down for West Bloomfield.
I think that's Pecor's best run of the night. He saw the opening on the right side. Great blocking by the right side of the offensive line, and he seized on it and got a critical first down for the Lakers.
Ball now at the Ike 41-yard line. First down and 10 for West Bloomfield, up 9-7 with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the ball game. Brody Pecor will be the quarterback. Kenneth Jones III, the running back. 1 man out to the right is Deontay Pippen. Single man out to the left is DeAndre Hill. Snap to Pecor. Going to hand it off to Jaws again. Going to take it around the right side and going to get tackled in the backfield. Nice work around the edge for the linebacker, Cody Raymond, and he tackles Jaws. Second down coming up now. Lost there. I actually can call it a gain of 3.
Pick up a 2 on the play.
Second down and 8. Pick up a 2. Now it's going to be at the 39-yard line of Utica Eisenhower. Lakers taking time off the clock. Plenty left to take off here as they got a nice comfortable lead at 2 points. 9-7, but their defense playing great, and that's why that lead's so comfortable, and their offense able to sustain these drives. Normally that 2-point lead this late in the game, it's pretty scary. Second down and 8, snap to Pecor, going to run out to his left, gets a nice little block, uses it to his advantage, gets tripped up, and going to fall down at about the 45-yard line there. It'll be third down for West Bloomfield. Take a look at this again. As Jaws immediately runs out to his left, supporting block by Ralph Rogers. A nice little move there for Brody Pecor, but finally just gets tripped up on a diving tackle for Ike. Third down and 5 yards to go with 5.5 minutes to play and some change in this ball game. Lakers up 9-7. And they're at the 36-yard line of Utica Eisenhower. Pecor in the shotgun. Kenneth Jones III to his right. Wide receiver to the far right is Deontay Pippen. To the left, DeAndre Hill. And the fullback, Ralph Rogers, as well as Brandon Davis-Swain, extra lineman there as the tight end in a 3-point stance. Whistle on the field. That will stop play. Take a look at what this is. Referees don't even know what it is. They're going to talk it over some more. A little shock there on the head ref's face.
Prior to the expiration of the play clock, timeout, West Bloomfield.
So it looked like initially it was going to be called delay of game, but West Bloomfield, using one of their timeouts instead, prevents a delay of game penalty and a loss of yardage here on third down and 5 inside the territory of Utica Eisenhower, up 2 points.
Well, Tyler, you know, it's kind of my pet peeve about high school football and the delay a game call, the no visible clock being there. But if someone on the sideline called that timeout right before the officials were getting ready to call to delay a game, that's brilliant. I don't know how the heck they knew that and did that. But clearly someone on the sideline of the Lakers keeping an eye on that potential delay a game penalty.
3rd down and 5 for West Bloomfield. They'll come back on the field. 36-yard line of Utica Eisenhower with 5 minutes and 9 seconds. 5 minutes and 7 seconds to play in the ball game here. Pecor in the shotgun, same alignment as before. Pippen out to the right, Hill out to the left. Kenneth Jones III, the running back. Snap to Pecor, going to hand that off to Jaws. Takes it to the right side, going to get Matt at the line, but get a nice push from this Laker O-line, going to get down to the 30-yard line and get the first down. What a push from that offensive line led by Amir Herring.
You know, some of these plays, you see them in high school and college football, it's all the other big guys coming in and pushing, and sometimes it's just the running back. That had all of it. If one guy's pushing, one guy's pulling, Jaws is just doing everything he can to surge forward, and they got a bunch of extra yards on that and a first down.
Move the chains, first down now at the Ike 30-yard line for West Bloomfield, up 9-7, following the field goal of their last series of 30 yards by Ryan Krauthammer. And looking to put this game away, take as much time off the clock as possible, and ideally get in the end zone to keep this game interesting and keep a healthy lead and wrap up this regular season with a big win against a very competitive opponent, 6-2 out of the MAC Red, and is Utica Eisenhower. West Bloomfield's going to call their second timeout now to talk this over. And they're going to reset the play clock here as West Bloomfield looking to score on this drive while continuing to take some time off the clock. That's going to be their second timeout. Utica Eisenhower still has all of theirs, no, sorry, 2 of theirs here in the second half.
Well, as you can see by the enthusiasm in the swamp here in West Bloomfield, what is clearly red, white, and blue night. This is a big game. I mean, this is a big game, Tyler. And the Lakers are in a big-time situation. The defense did their job. Now the offense has 4 minutes and 25 seconds to put a cherry on this thing, get a touchdown here, get a little breathing room, and then put this game away.
First and 10 at the 30 now for the Lakers. 4:25 to play in the ball game here at West Bloomfield High School. Lakers looking to keep this lead and run this clock out tonight. Jaws and Wildcat. Whistle blows. Not going to happen here. We're going to see what the call is. It's a false start called on West Bloomfield. Going to set them back on first down. And we'll play that. We'll play that again. It's 1 second. Just all that happens there, ticking off the clock. 4:24 to play in the ball game now.
Unfortunate setback for the Lakers, but they've been running that play all season long, and that has not happened too often.
It's now first down and 15 for the L Boys at the 35-yard line of Ike. Jaws in the shotgun again with 2 men in the backfield, Pecor and Johnson. Snap to Jaws, going to take it up the middle, shifts to his left, gets to the 30, breaks a tackle down to 25 and lands at the 22. Another big run for Kenneth Jones III, gets 13 on first down.
Watch this great play by Jaws. He finds a hole, he cuts, he jukes, he moves, there he goes. Great blocking by the offensive line, and then a nice tumble, almost down to the 20-yard line. What a great play.
Second down and 3 now for West Bloomfield. In the territory of Utica Eisenhower. 3:45 to play in this ball game. And a running clock because of the forward progress. Jaws in the shotgun again in the Wildcat, 2 men in the backfield. Same alignment as the last play. Show and run, snap to Jaws. Delayed and runs up the middle, gets down about the 18-yard line, gonna get a few yards there, about 5 on second down, enough to move the chains.
First down,
and it's going to be first down for West Bloomfield now. Continuing to march up the field, take a lot of time off the clock. They're not giving much of anything for this Utica Eisenhower team. with 3 minutes and 15 seconds and some change to play in this ball game. Lakers 9, Eagles 7 at West Bloomfield High School. Regular season finale tonight. Our coverage begins next week on the radio for the playoffs. Jaws and the Wildcat again. An Eagle falls forward, and that play is whistled dead with 2:57 to play in the contest.
Double encroachment on the defense.
Yeah, obviously encroachment penalty there, as we saw. Defender just kind of fell forward as it's going into his three-point stance, and unfortunate penalty going to bring the Lakers forward. Now it's a 1st and 5 for WB. Jaws again going to be in the shotgun for West Bloomfield.
There it is.
As you saw, just fell right into Dallin Henry. .242 to play in the ball game. Lakers taking their sweet time getting this play started. Burning that clock. Snap to Jaws. Going to take up the middle. Gets around the defender on the ground. Then going to get tackled. Nice play there by Lorenzo Masseri. Keep his eyes up. Know that, hey, the runner's coming right over me. I'm going to pull him down by the legs. I'm already right here. Might as well make a big tackle.
Timeout. Eisenhower.
So Eisenhower now taking their second timeout, as West Bloomfield really burning that clock, and Ike knowing they're going to have about 2 minutes left, probably less, definitely less, to go back down the field and score to try to take this game into their hands. Ideally, if West Bloomfield's only able to get a field goal, they're a touchdown away from winning this game. West Bloomfield gets on the board, however. Now you got a 2-score game. You got to keep as much time on the clock as possible, get a quick score, and then get the ball back on an onside kick. A lot easier said than done, but hey, none of that can happen if you don't have the time.
Red Wings 2, Blackhawks nothing.
Ike back on the field. West Bloomfield now going to take their time, come back out with 2 minutes.
In LCS in Philadelphia, bottom 4th.
And 21 seconds to play in the game here at West Bloomfield High School. Whistle blows. This play is live. Jaws talking to the sideline, getting some more instructions. He'll line up in the Wildcat at quarterback. Now 3 guys going to block for him. It's going to be Rogers and Montel Johnson to his left, and Brody Pecor to his right. That's a new formation we haven't seen in this Wildcat. Snap to Jaws, going to take it up the middle, goes to the right side, gets a few yards, still pushing, touchdown WB. That offensive line takes its running back into the end zone for 6. Take a look at this. Kenneth Jones III gets that ball, shifts up the hole in the A-gap on the right side, and Dallin Henry's there. And he's just shoving him forward. It's Dallin Henry. A little bit of support also from Terrence Daniels.
I got a name for that one with the season change coming. I'm going to call that one the snowplow, because that's what that looked like. A big old snowplow going into the end zone on this worm night.
Score is now, after the touchdown, 15 points for the Lakers and 7 for Utica Eisenhower. West Bloomfield going to kick the PAT. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up for Krauthammer. It is good. Score now is 16-7 in favor of West Bloomfield. 2:14 to play in this ball game, and Utica Eisenhower going to have 2 minutes to get down the field, get a quick score. And then they're not going to have that full 2 minutes to just do that. They got to score. They got to get the ball back to have a chance in this ball game. West Bloomfield, that was a big drive and a big touchdown. Dave.
Well, it's been a big second half. And good teams that are among the top teams in the state, they adjust at halftime. They see what's going on. The coaching staff is skilled and knowledgeable. They know what didn't work in the first half, and they change the game plan and they make it work. And the second half game plan was Jaws, and if that didn't work, Jaws. And you know what? That's exactly what they needed, and it's been the key to success in what has been an absolutely mission-critical second half and game.
2:14 remaining in this contest. from the right hash at the 40-yard line. Ryan Krauthammer will kick this ball off to Utica Eisenhower. Ike with 1 timeout remaining. West Bloomfield also with 1 timeout. Here goes Krauthammer, kicks that ball off. It's a high kick and land inside the 5 and recovered. Down about the 10-yard line toward the 15. Pursued by Jameer Benjamin and tackled by Rock Harris. That's all that's going to happen there for Samuel Nello on the return. That's where Utica Eisenhower will begin this drive with 2:09 to play in the ball game.
First down, Eisenhower at their own 12-yard line.
Ike in a 2-minute drill. Got to go as quick as possible. Down 9 points with 1 timeout remaining. The backup quarterback, Brandon Kedro, in for their starter, Preston Crum, the junior, who was injured in the first quarter. Definitely a difference maker here for Utica Eisenhower. Can't really use that air game all too much, and they haven't been able to tonight. Snap to Kedro. Gonna fake the handoff, rolls out to his right, gonna make the pass down the field and caught. It's Luca Neal at the 30-yard line, down to the 32, and finally out of bounds with 2:01 to play in this ball game.
First down.
It's gonna be a first down for Ike. 8 seconds come off the clock there. On that design passing play, fake that handoff to Cody Raymond and throw it out to Luca Neal. Quiet game tonight for Neal, who's one of their best receivers on this team. First down and 10 at the 37-yard line of Ike. Snap to Kedro. Looks out to his right, gonna kind of skip it forward, incomplete and on the ground. That'll stop the clock at least and burn it down. It'll be second down and 10 for Utica Eisenhower with 1:54 to play, and they're down 16-7.
It'll be second and 10.
Ike talking this one over. Lakers already aligned on the defensive side, getting their defensive line up to the line of scrimmage. In the shotgun is Kedro. Christian Johnson in the backfield. Single man out to the left and twins right. Snap to Kedro. Pressure on and rolls out to his right at the 32-yard line. Looking down the field, getting chased by Montel Johnson. Escapes at the 40 to the 45 to the 50. Down to the 45 in West Bloomfield territory. And finally forced out at the 42-yard line. At their big gainer on second down for Brandon Kedro with $1:42 to play in the game.
We've just been told half off on all hot food at the concession stand.
Cody Raymond, Brandon Kedro.
Injury timeout.
Looks like an injury on the field there for Utica Eisenhower. That's going to cause a timeout. You know what? We'll take a quick break as well. We'll take a short break off that injury. $1:42 to play in this game. Lakers 16, Ike 7. You're watching and listening to Laker football.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show.
Welcome back to Laker football. Down in Great pressure again. The Lakers looking Brandon Davis, Wayne Jonathan, Gabriel off the edges, getting the backfield.
Well, that was all set up, too, by a bad snap. Brandon Davis Swain sees it, and he is able to get right to the quarterback, create the pressure, and bust up that play.
Receiver in the area.
Got 1:35 to play in this game. A penalty has been called on Utica Eisenhower. That's going to set him back, an eligible receiver down the field. 16 points for the Lakers, 16 and 7 for Utica Eisenhower. In the shotgun, it's Kedro with Christian Johnson in the backfield. Twins to the right for Ike. Snap to Kedro, rolls out to his right, looking to the to make a pass. Throws down the field. It is caught at the 39-yard line.
Pedro pass is complete.
And it is complete in the hands of Cody Raymond.
Cody Raymond
Utica
on the
Eisenhower
reception,
has
brought down
to
by Harris.
hurry this one up now. With a minute and 10 seconds to play in the ball game and running clock. Kedro in the shotgun looking for a pass, and he's going to get sacked. Montel Johnson is there.
Brought down by number
Xavier Davis is there and gets the credit for the tackle, wraps him up. Johnson forced him into Davis's hands, and Davis made the big sack.
Well, you know, he couldn't be more thrilled. Xavier Davis, the junior, playing like he's a senior on senior night. What a great solo tackle at a critical time of the game, Tyler.
With 57 seconds left to play in the ball game now, the adjustment, it's 1:01 left in the contest. Final timeout is taken by Utica Eisenhower. Now it gets interesting. 1 minute left to play and 1 minute and 1 second left. It's 3rd down and 6 for Ike. They got to get a first down. Don't have a whole lot of clock to work with, but first objective is to get past that line to gain and keep this drive moving. You got to get on the board with a touchdown as quickly as possible, and then work to get that ball back, or you're taking your 3rd L of the season here, heading into playoff time. So here comes Brandon Kedro, the backup quarterback, traditionally for this team a safety. Down 16-7 with 1:01 to play. In the shotgun, it's Kedro. Christian Johnson, the running back. Snap to Kedro, looking to his right. Pocket collapses, throws down the field. It is caught down about the 12-yard line and rolls into the 10. That is a complete pass for Connor Temple. First down, deep in Laker territory. First down now for Utica Eisenhower. Snap to Kedro, again looking to his right. Pocket collapses, he rolls out to his left. Running at the 10, down to 5, pushing for it, reaches for it. Gonna be a little bit short, down about the 1-yard line now for Utica Eisenhower. 30 seconds and some change left in this ball game. 37 seconds left, rolling clock now as they move the chains. 29 seconds left. Snap to Kedro. Going to hand that ball off. He's going to fake it, take it himself. Going to get stuffed by the Lakers. Not going to get in the end zone. They bring him back. Clock is still ticking. It is going to be 2nd down. Referee's holding it here with 11 seconds to play in the ball game.
Well, I tell you, Tyler, just when you needed it, big defensive play there. We got an injury timeout. We can talk about it for a minute.
Oh, man. Lakers faithful not happy about that as the injury looks like it is their quarterback, Kedro. Laker faithful think that's a ploy to stop the clock. I'm not sure there. He had the football. He got hit hard. Scrum of Lakers is getting pushed back. I mean, you got to do whatever you can in this situation. You're completely out of time at this point. You're going to need an absolute miracle, but 9 points on the board with less than 15 seconds to play. But this definitely advantageous for Utica Eisenhower without their timeouts. No timeouts left, 11 seconds to play. And Ike, after leading 7-0 off of a score late in the first half, 16 unanswered here in the second half for West Bloomfield. Looking to put a bow on this one here with a stop late in the 4th. So still on the ground is Brendan Kedro. Now their 3rd quarterback is going to be Hayden Bills, traditionally their slot receiver. He's going to be a quarterback. Kedro comes off the field, seems to be walking all right. Christian Johnson in the backfield with 10 seconds left, and they're rolling the clock. The snap, looking into the end zone, deep in the back, and it's going to be incomplete. 2 seconds now to play in the ball game. There's a flag on the field, however. We'll see what that call is and how that affects it. On 1st down and goal at the 4-yard line.
Personal foul.
So it's going to be a face mask that's going to bring it half the distance to the goal. So with 2 seconds left, it's going to be placed at the 2-yard line. And it's going to be an automatic first down. All extracurricular at this point. Questionable call with really no chance left here at this point. Kedro now in at quarterback. In the shotgun snap to Kedro, bowls up the middle, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Utica Eisenhower as time expires. And that will be what they call the final score. So off the touchdown here, final score in the final game of the regular season, your West Bloomfield Lakers 16, Utica Eisenhower 13. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the Laker postgame show. You're watching and listening to Laker football.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show. Hey Laker fans, do you know a friend or neighbor that volunteers in Greater West Bloomfield? We would love to help you recognize them at the 51st Annual Michigan Week Awards. Countless members of the communities of Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and West Bloomfield give their time and talent daily without regard for recognition. You can help recognize these individuals and organizations at our awards breakfast next year on May 12, 2023. Nominate your neighbor or organization starting January 28, 2023. Go to michiganweek.org for details. My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV. This November, honor the many people who offer their lives for our freedom at the 2022 Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. Organizations, charities, and local residents are invited to celebrate the men and women that ensure our safety and security. Hear from guest speakers, live performances, and presentations from veterans, officers, and more. Save the date, November 8th from 9 to 10:30 p.m. at the new West Bloomfield Middle School. Call 248-451-1900 to register.
If your pet could tell you where you should shop for him or her, it'd be a place run by pet lovers. With hard-to-find food, toys, and gifts, with pet-friendly people and services, and great advice from people who really know pets, it'd be a place where his friends hang out, even that old guy, where there's a surprise around every corner. If your pets could tell you, they'd recommend Premier Pet Supply, but pets can't talk. Or can they? Premier Pet Supply, the place pets love.
Plan a day out, enjoy an exquisite dinner, or soak in the atmosphere at Orchard Mall in the heart of West Bloomfield. Between Maple and Orchard Lake Road, capture the moment at Frameable Faces. Wrap up your back-to-school shopping at Guys and Gals, or get presents for your pet at Premier Pet Supply, and so much more. Visit the Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield, and consider visiting November 26th for their Small Business Saturday. Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV 89.3 and streaming on mymytv.com.
You know, these games that are big defensive battles are just weird. They are just weird, you know. When the two teams are going at it defensively, things seem out of sort. The offenses seem out of sort. But I'll tell you what, the Lakers had a really challenging time in the first half. And then in the second half, the Lakers are able to really come back and, just do a great job defensively and then also make their offense work by going with one of the things that has worked so well all season long, and that is their running game, and the running game behind Jaws. He did just a great job in the second half, and I'll tell you what, Kenny Jones III really was the man of the night. If we had a player of the game, and I don't know that we ever really do that, but if we had a player of the game tonight, it would be Kenny Jones III, no question about it, as he was able to, make things happen offensively when the Lakers were struggling with that all night long. So a big second half. Lakers come up with an absolutely critical victory tonight, winning 16-13. And now the Lakers are positioned extremely well for the postseason. Coming into the contest tonight, the Lakers had the leading points of any of the teams in Division I around the state of Michigan, any of the teams that had one loss. So they were right behind the 8-0 teams, and the Lakers had a very difficult opponent tonight who had a lot of points. Meanwhile, our nemesis, Rochester Adams, and some of the other teams, Clarkston, that were close to us in the point standings, really weren't in a position to do anything to get more points than West Bloomfield. So I'm sure when we get to Decision Sunday, West Bloomfield is going to be the leading 8-1 team in postseason. And we're going to get 1, 2, and just depending how things go, maybe 3 postseason games at home. Last couple of years, the Lakers have had real difficulties in that third postseason game. That is the regional final, losing last year to Rochester Adams, and it took us several years to get to the regional final and get through Belleville, which we finally did the year we won the state championship. So lots of stories, lots of issues, lots of things going on here tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Tyler is on the field. We'll try to get to him in just a minute and hear from the players and the coaches after this huge victory. West Bloomfield 16, Ike 13. Back in a moment. You're listening to and watching Laker football.
Plan a day out, enjoy an exquisite dinner, or soak in the atmosphere at Orchard Mall in the heart of West Bloomfield. Between Maple and Orchard Lake Road, capture the moment at Frameable Faces. Wrap up your back-to-school shopping at Guys and Gals, or get presents for your pet at Premier Pet Supply, and so much more. Visit the Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield, and consider visiting November 26th for their Small Business Saturday. Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV 89.3 and streaming on MyMyTV.com. My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Let's send it down to Tyler and just get some thoughts from him on the field. Tyler, take it away.
Yeah, Lakers down the scrum. They're talking in their scrum right now. I'm going to go and get in there and see who's talking. Looks like the assistant coaches at the moment. We'll take a listen. Coach Dickerson talking.
You know what I mean? So congratulations. Let's take a reset. And then we on to the playoff. 5 more weeks, guys, all right? Let's go. Captain Rob, Captain.
Coach Kason Dickerson, the defensive backs coach. Now it's the captains, Rob Harris.
Oh, we're getting next. Ivy, come on up here, Ivy.
Actually, they still got one more coach to go. Justin Ivy now, defensive line coach.
Excellent job today. Excellent job today. Give it up for the defensive line, man. Excellent job today. Guys, when I got so pissed at y'all on Tuesday and Wednesday, this is the team I want to see. You know what you're capable of doing. Do not squander this opportunity. There's a reason why Max and Mike and all these guys that used to play here, that's the reason why they come back. There's a standard that has been set. Do not piss it down the toilet. You have an opportunity. 5 weeks and we got rings on our fingers. Let's go, man.
Coach Justin Ivey, defensive line coach. Now it's Rock Harris, linebacker.
Hey, bro. What we talked about earlier, bro. Unity, bro. That's what we had, bro. We worked with what we had, bro. We the real hustle boys, bro. We did that. We did it by ourselves, bro. We did it together, matter of fact. And I love y'all, bro. O-line, good job. D-line, good job. Jaws, great job, bro. I love y'all, bro. Let's keep this up.
Great job. Now it's Jaws.
Hey, man, I just want to say shout out to the offensive line, man. You know what I'm saying? Defensive line, y'all did your job, bro. But I really want to give a big shout out to Samaj, bro. You know what I'm saying? He came to me at halftime when mine was in my head, bro. He got me to get my head and my mind right, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's a true leader right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? For him not to be playing and him to lift me up, you know what I'm saying? To go put y'all, you know what I'm saying, put y'all in a better mind space, you know what I'm saying? So I just give my, you know what I'm saying, give my shout out to Samaj, bro, for real. And then Coach K-Son, you too, man. You ain't give up on me, bro. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's what a real coach do, man. That's what a real man do. And I look at you as like a father figure. So that's love for sure. Offensive line, bro, keep doing y'all job, bro. That's expected, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's expected. So let's come back next week. Let's come back better, bro, and hungry, bro. Let's get this dub.
Kenneth Jones III, big game for him today. Now it's Amir Herring, captain and offensive lineman.
Hey, great team win, y'all. You know, we had to grind it out in the fourth. You know, offensive line played a really good game. I can't do it without the other 4 guys on the offensive line. So, hey, everybody just did their part. Everybody did their job. But I haven't seen a running performance like Jaws had. You know, exceptional. So that's all I can really say. And everybody as a whole did a really good job defense. Y'all executed well. Y'all, you know, held it down while we were struggling on offense. But we picked it up as a team, and we didn't break. You know, we relied on our teammates. We cheered them up during the second half. So let's just keep going, and let's see what we got on Sunday.
Amir Herring, offensive lineman. Now Samaj coming in.
Short and sweet, short and sweet.
Bro, stop playing, bro. Hey, bro, I'm just glad y'all just got to come out here, bro, and win this game. No matter the circumstances, we ain't had the best circumstances throughout the week and out the past weeks, but I'm glad y'all made the best of them and took advantage of y'all opportunity and won this game. I'm real proud of Dylan and George and the whole line and our defense for stopping them. You know what I'm saying? We had a little mental error, but you see, we got the dub. And I just thankful that we about to go in the playoffs this next couple weeks. And just so y'all know, everything about to change, bro. This ain't no regular season, bro. So strap y'all nuts on and get ready for this ride.
Samaj Morgan out today after being ejected the previous game at Southfield A&T, but he'll be back. Now it's Kari Jackson, linebacker and captain for the Lakers.
I'm proud of y'all boys, man. Y'all got it done in the trenches today. And y'all got to keep that going in the playoffs. That's going to be the biggest part. Like Coach said, y'all always find a way to win, man. I'm proud of y'all through all the trials, you know what I'm saying, tribulations that we've been through this season. Y'all keep y'all head on. Y'all keep pushing for each other, and y'all play for each other. So keep that going. It's going to be a new level that we gotta take on and go up to for this playoffs, man. And I'm trying to win this shit. So let's get it done, and let's start on Monday. So let's bring it up a level, and let's play together, man.
Kari Jackson talking to his team, the final captain to speak tonight. We'll go back to Dave now.
Very good. Thank you very much, Tyler. We'll have a chance to check back in with you in a couple of moments and give you some one-on-ones and hopefully have an opportunity to talk to the coaches and the players one-on-one and share some of their thoughts directly with our audience. But we'll take a break in a minute. But before we go to the break, just a really impressive night tonight for West Bloomfield. And, you know, what I heard there in this scrum, which is the reason we like to put this on the air at the end of the game, we always get some information we wouldn't know if we weren't able to hear. And we will hear from the coach in a minute, and he'll have a chance to talk to Tyler. But the thing we did hear is that Samaj Morgan out of the game in the locker room took an opportunity to sit down and pull Kenny Jones III, the running back who made all the difference in the second half of the contest tonight, pulled him aside, gave him the motivational speech, gave him the encouragement that he needed, fired him up. And then I really credit the offensive coaches coming back in the second half, adjusting the offense. They were kind of mixing it up in the first half. They realized that wasn't working. Come back in the second half. They run the ball. They run the ball. They run the ball. They use Kenny Jones III. He's one of the stars that's been making it happen all season long with so many of the other guys like Samaj and Rick Nance and the other leaders of this team not able to play tonight. Go to the guy who's been making it happen. And all season long, the Lakers have been able to run the ball in the direct snap and on handoffs with Kenny Jones III. They couldn't stop him last week in Southfield. And in the second half tonight, they couldn't stop him again. And that got the Lakers out of big trouble because they were held scoreless in the first half, and that hasn't happened all season long. Lakers were in trouble tonight. They come back and win what was a must-win game to set things up for the postseason. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. We'll have a chance to check in with the head coach. We'll go back to Tyler and try to get an opportunity to talk to Jaws as well. Don't go away. Post-game coverage continues. Yes, we are going to go to break, and we'll be right back. You are listening to and watching Laker football.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show.
If your pet could tell you where you should shop for him or her, it'd be a place run by pet lovers. With hard-to-find food, toys, and gifts, with pet-friendly people and services, and great advice from people who really know pets, it'd be a place where his friends hang out, even that old guy, where there's a surprise around every corner. If your pets could tell you, they'd recommend Premier Pet Supply, but pets can't talk. Or can they? Premier Pet Supply, the place pets love.
Got it? Okay, let's go down to the people that's already stuff with technology. Tyler Kieft is with a very
There you go.
Here on the field with Coach Tyrese Grace, the Lakers winning 16-13 tonight. And it was a big defensive matchup for both these teams. These defenses coming in huge, particularly in the air. But what's the difference for your team to be able to edge out this defense in the second half in particular after they held you scoreless? A rarity here at West Bloomfield High School in the first half.
Well, the first time we've been shut out in the first time in years. So we talked about that in halftime, that there was a lot of missed blocks and misassignments. So once we watched film in halftime, we made some corrections, and the offense coordinator did a good job of just coming out in the second half and pounding that ball and making sure everybody get the person they're supposed to block. So it was a lot of misassignments in the first half. So we were able to sustain drives.
They talk about that offensive line had a huge impact in the second half, getting those extra yard plays for your quarterback and for Kenneth Jones III, who also had a big half. Talk about that O-line and the impact that they're having on this team, especially in the run game. Now we're heading to the playoffs.
Well, you know, when you got a player like Amir Herring, All-American tackle, you got to run behind him, and he did a good job. Him and a whole entire offensive line that we just moved the ball. It was important that we just get positive yards and she sustained the drives. And we had some drives stall because of some penalties and some that would kill you. When you're a running team like that, you can't have 10-yard penalties. You know, you get a first down, now you got to start at first and 10 and then turn around and be first and 20. So that's hard when you're trying to just 4 yards is a good play for us. 3 to 4 yards is a good play for us, run play. And that was a strategy, but if you're getting penalties, that pushes you back.
In the huddle at the end of the game, you said to you guys, you got to take it to the next level with the playoffs coming up. If you're playing at an 8, you got to be playing at 10. If you're playing at 10, you got to play at 15.
Yeah.
What do you guys got to do going into playoff time to take it to that next level as a collective?
Number one, we just got to get healthy. That's the number one priority. We still out a few guys. But to take it to the next level, they just got to pay attention to details, and it's all in the preparation. Like today, we had a guy who they scored on a missed assignment, and that's taking it to the next level is by knowing what you're supposed to do and knowing your assignment. So when you make mental mistakes, it can burn you. So we can't afford that going forward because we don't, with the running game, with the passing game not available for us like we have to rely a lot on the running game, which has been good for us.
Senior night here at West Bloomfield High School. Talk about the senior class and the special history they have here at West Bloomfield High School.
Well, this senior class is pretty tough. They've been in a lot of battles. To have them have success, that's a beautiful thing. And guys like Samaj and Dallin, who plays center for us, the guys that have been playing 3 years on varsity. This is their final year, and it's good that we have a win for those guys to send them out at home on senior night.
Coach, thanks so much.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Tyrese Grice with us now on senior night. We'll talk to a senior, Rob Harris, the linebacker for West Bloomfield, with us now. Rob, big defensive matchup tonight. What was the difference maker for your defense in the second half to keep Utica Eisenhower from moving up the field?
We had a talk in the locker room about love, and even before the game we talked about love and unity. And we just realized that we can't win a game unless we play together and trust our brother. And that's what we did. We did it the whole game, and we shut them down as best we could. We did it all the way up until that last score with 2 seconds left. So I'm really proud of my guys. I'm proud of how we came together. This is the last game for playoffs and the senior night. So they played their hearts out for us, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, coming into the playoffs now, it's win or go home. Coach talked about taking it to the next level. For you as a leader, as a captain of this team, what are you saying to those younger guys that this is their first time in the playoffs, the first time making a run like this? What do they have to do in their preparation and collectively as a team to take it to that next level and play some championship football?
Well, I always want them to know that not everybody gets a chance to get into the playoffs. Like, this is a blessing. So whatever they can, they always need to, bring it everything that they have, because not a lot of people can get this. So, as long as they can play the hearts out, especially when my class leaves, this program will be great, as it always has been.
Yeah, senior night's a great celebration of seniors on the football team and throughout this program and other sports programs at West Bloomfield Rock. For you, as you're going into the playoffs, speak to this experience and wrapping up your senior year strong and how important that is to you.
Well, it's very important to me. I've always wanted to win another state championship. I wanted to prove it to myself and the guys younger than me. You can win this too. You can do this too. Because whatever you have is a blessing. So whatever you have to keep it and you got to hold it. So, I'm just very happy with the outcome of today. And, on Sunday we'll figure out who we're playing, and we'll just treat it like it's any other game, but like it's war. So I'm really happy with the outcome today.
Rob, appreciate it. Good luck this playoffs.
All right, thank you, Tyler, for interviewing me.
Appreciate it. Rob Harris with us here on our post-game show. Now we have Ryan Krauthammer with us now, kicker and punter for this West Bloomfield team. And tonight you came up big for this Lakers team. They go for 2 after going and scoring to potentially tie this game up instead of going for a PAT. They go for 2. They miss it. Now you have an opportunity as Eisenhower makes a stop to put this team up. For you in those pressure situations, especially with the ability for that defensive line and that special teams front to get into the backfield, what goes through your head as you're in those pressure situations making your kicks?
I know that my team has my back and I has their back, so in practice I'm making those 90% of the time, so just do what I always do and my leg will do the job.
Yeah, punting too, you put your team in some really advantageous positions all throughout the season when the offense hasn't worked quite right against some of these defenses, or defenses have just been on point. For you in the playoffs, how important is it for you to really improve and take that next step in your punting? It's already been prolific so far this season.
Yeah, punting is important because it can make a big 20 or 30 yards up the field. Our situation has been ideal this season because we haven't had a long snapper for the past couple games, and they were rushing 10 guys on the line. So at that point, we were just trying to get the ball off as quick as we can. But once I can get those down the field, 10 or 20 more yards, it's going to be game-changing.
Yeah, speaking of that, too, the long snapper situation, Blake Nelson injured this season, so kind of platoon of different long snappers, different holders, too, throughout the season for field goals. And speak to how you and the special teams team have worked on that and improved over the season after some early season issues.
Yeah, so obviously Blake's hurt and our other backup's hurt, so we had a freshman who's been doing a little bit of long snapping. He just got into it recently. So he had 1 quarter to play since he played yesterday with the JV team. So we decided to save him for the 4th quarter. That's going to be most important. And we made the right call, and it paid off.
Well, Ryan, we appreciate it. Good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Appreciate it as well. Now, finally, one more captain, one more senior, Kenneth Jones III. Jaws, big game tonight for you in the running game. And it was talked about a little bit in the huddle after the game. The talk that you had with Samaj at the half, that kind of reshifted your focus in the second half and allowed you to have a really big last couple quarters of football here tonight on senior night. Talk about that conversation and really your relationship with Samaj and how that helped you take that next step in the second half.
Yes, sir. You know, me and Samaj, we grew up, and we grew up together since we was little kids. So, you know, his dad is the reason why I started playing football. He seen something in me, and he brought me in. So, Samaj, you know, that's always like a brotherhood, you know. So, he put me to the side at halftime. He seen me, I was down. You know, I just had some thoughts in my head, so I had to talk with him and God. You know, he brought me together. He prayed with me. You know, he said it was gonna be okay. I gotta step up and be a leader. So this is my time. So him and Coach Kason, they really played a big factor in tonight's game. You know, so it really got to me when he spoke to me because he's a captain. He's one of the top players in the state. So that's really love. So it just, you know, it hit me. So. Yes, sir.
Well, these last few weeks, Rick Nance, of course, being out, Samaj this week being out for this game after his ejection late against Southfield A&T. For you, taking that additional leadership, that additional role as the pivotal point in this Laker offense for you over the last few weeks, talk about that and how you've put yourself through that process to play high-caliber football, knowing your team needs the extra effort, but also to keep yourself focused on each and every play and stay level-headed.
You know, we trained for this since we was kids. You know, when the light is on you, I'm gonna shine. So it's really whenever they need, it's a brotherhood. I play for my brothers, and tonight is senior night, so I'll be damned to let somebody, you know, let us lose. So I just brought my team together. We all came together as one, and we got this dub. You know, it was really a week of practice. You know. We had some like heart-to-heart conversations with our coaches, heart-to-heart conversations with each other, with our players, you know. So it's just more. It's more than just football. It's more just like the brotherhood, you know. We all love to do this as one. So we came together and we just got the W.
5 weeks left until the state championship game at Ford Field. Senior night tonight. In those next 5 weeks, what does your team need to do in order to get to that level they need to be at to win a state championship in D1?
Yes, sir. Right now, we're just taking it game by game. So whoever they give us to play, you know, we just gonna handle them first, and then we're gonna go to the next game. So it's really just how we our preparation. So it's how we prepare ourselves, and everybody just got to stay focused, even off the field, in the classroom and stuff like that, because we all need each other. We're down short right now, so once we get our guys back, get the game, get back flowing, we're gonna be good.
Check the 0 off of one of your stat lines tonight with a passing touchdown, your first of your career. Talk about that play.
You know, I played quarterback my whole life. Believe it or not, you know, I started playing running back my sophomore year because they had needed me. You know, Donovan had got hurt, so, you know, I just started developing that running back. So I got moved up to varsity for playoffs my sophomore year. So it's really development, you know. I wasn't always a running back. I was always a quarterback, so the ball was always in my hands, so I just know how to make plays. Coach Samaj, he taught me how to play quarterback. My dad taught me how to play quarterback, so believe it or not, me and Samaj, we played quarterback together on the same team, so it was pretty easy, you know.
Yeah, 3-quarterback system, soon to become a 4-quarterback system with Rick Nance returning from injury very soon. Jaws, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Good luck in the playoffs. Kenneth Jones III completes our slew of seniors and captains tonight on senior night. The Lakers taking care of business. 16-13, the final score against Ike as the regular season comes to a close. Dave, back to you.
All right, very good, Tyler. Great job in the field. Come on and back up into the press box, and we'll wrap this thing up. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Tyler and I will have our final thoughts, and we'll get you ready for postseason play. Thank you very much for tuning in. The Lakers win tonight 16-13, and it wasn't easy. We'll review all of it and put a cherry on this thing and put a cherry on this great season here for the Lakers. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. You're listening to the post-game show. This is Laker football on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM and lakesfm.com. We'll be right back.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live. local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show.
If your pet could tell you where you should shop for him or her, it'd be a place run by pet lovers. With hard-to-find food, toys, and gifts, with pet-friendly people and services, and great advice from people who really know pets, it'd be a place where his friends hang out, even that old guy, where there's a surprise around every corner. If your pets could tell you, they'd recommend Premier Pet Supply, but pets can't talk. Or can they? Premier Pet Supply, the place pets love.
Hey Laker fans, do you know a friend or neighbor that volunteers in Greater West Bloomfield? We would love to help you recognize them at the 51st Annual Michigan Week Awards. Countless members of the communities of Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and West Bloomfield give their time and talent daily without regard for recognition. You can help recognize these individuals and organizations at our awards breakfast next year on May 12, 2023. Nominate your neighbor or organization starting January 28, 2023. Go to michiganweek.org for details.
Welcome back to Laker football right here at 89.3 Lakes FM, Civic Center TV. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we are having so much fun bringing these games to you. Tyler, my favorite part is the post-game show, and tonight, as usual, we always learn something really interesting, and we take our camera and our microphone and we just put it down on the scrum in the field. And you know, the clear headline of this post-game show tonight is Samaj Morgan got together with Kenny Jones III during halftime and said, look, man, you can do this. I believe in you. We've been friends for a long time. And when you get a pep talk from someone that is a leader, a mentor, your teammate, a guy who is as much invested in the Lakers winning tonight and getting themselves set up for the postseason run that they want, when he sits down and has a talk with you, and he's one of your buddies and classmates, it may be even more impactful than anything, as great as they are, anything that any coach could have said to him. And it apparently made a big difference.
And that's the difference in leadership that you need on a championship team. It comes down to, you know, how can you lead your guys in the locker room? And that was the topic of conversation after the Rochester Adams game. It was not so much, and even from the coaching staff, it was more so, you know, not only how can we improve as coaches to make this better for you guys and to, you know, improve what we need to improve as a team, but also, you know, what you guys need to do to step up and help each other reach that point, improve from what we've learned, you know, change what we're doing wrong and, you know, tap into what we're doing right. And that's a great example there. You know, one of you guys is down and you just see as a leader, hey, this guy's going to be a key player for us. We need him to be right. We need him to be in the zone, and I got to get him back to level center. And when Jaws is able to get back there because of Samaj's help like that, you know, that's a huge impact. It's an MVP sort of impact he's making off the field, and that speaks to his leadership.
Well, as it relates to this program, this team, and what we do, you and I could easily spend the next 3 hours talking about what we saw tonight. But we all got to get home, and it's been a long day, and we don't want to keep our listeners up past midnight. I think we do have a curfew here. But that said, I got three things to say, and I'd just like your thoughts on it. This is a team of destiny, has been all season long, and anything less than coming into the playoffs in great position would have been a huge disappointment. Lakers came into the game tonight, the leading point team in the state of Michigan in Division I with one loss, and very well positioned with more points at Clarkston, more points from Rochester Adams. The only teams that had more points than playoff points in West Bloomfield, which determines your home games, were the teams that didn't lose a game. So the Lakers are in a great spot. Now we had to play Ike tonight, and they're a good team. They have only lost 2 games. They, if we win, deliver us a bunch of points, but they're a team that can beat us. It wasn't automatic. Yeah. And then we go through the first half of the game. Lakers can't put points on the board. Well, the big shock, Samaj Morgan isn't playing. We didn't know that until 15 minutes before the game. Now you don't have Samaj Morgan. You don't have quarterback Rick Nance. You've lost another one of your big weapons. And in the first half of the game, the defense is pretty good. But offensively, the team can't put any points on the board in the whole first half. And you know, we talked about it during the game, and then it was confirmed by the coaching staff. That has not happened to this team before, certainly not in the last several years. That the lowest point total we've seen in the first half was the state championship game
2-0.
against Clarkston a couple of years ago. We've never seen them, get a bagel in the first half, right, or a donut or whatever you want to call it. So that was a big concern. And if they didn't adjust at halftime, they would have been in big trouble. But they weren't getting the ball in the hands of the one hero that they had that wasn't injured, that wasn't booted out of the game, that didn't have something going on, and that was Kenny Jones III. He is the guy. And when you're in trouble, you go to your best guys. And we have seen him all season long. There's no one's been able to, no one has been able to stop him play after play. He's the guy that you can hand the ball to, and when everyone in the house, when everyone in the neighborhood, when everyone in the village, when everyone in America knows he's going to run the ball right up the middle, they still can't stop him. So they went to that in the second half. Good adjustment by the coaching staff, and then a great pep talk from Samaj Morgan. And the Lakers squeak one out. And now they're exactly where they wanted to be. But you know what? It was in jeopardy until the third quarter when the defense shut them down and they made those offensive adjustments.
Yeah, you got to be able to make those adjustments too, going into playoff time, going in against the best competition in the state of Michigan, and be able to meet some adversity, particularly on your offense, which has been prolific throughout the season so far, averaging 36.5 points per game coming into tonight, and be able to make those adjustments and deal with what you're dealing with out on the field, come back out strong in the second half and have a good showing, and ultimately put enough points on the board to win the football game.
And then we see Jaws throw the touchdown pass, which caught us all by surprise because we were thinking run, it's working, and then he fades back, throws the pass, man all alone in the end zone, touchdown, and that timely field goal from Krauthammer in the second half, and the Lakers got just enough points to now be in a great position. So, Selection Sunday. This is the last home game of the season.
Yes.
Regular season. We go into postseason. Looking back to the last couple of years, we've never been in this strong of a point position ever during our tenure here, during the last 5 or 6 years. Not during the state championship season. Nope, we didn't have what we have this year. It's theoretically possible. Well, it always is. But it's almost quasi-likely that the Lakers could get 3 home games. We're definitely going to get 2 now. Had we not won tonight, even that first game, it would have been for certain, but it would have been a mess after that. So the Lakers now are all set up, everything they need, everything they want, other than that one little loss of Rochester Adams. They're in great shape. And you don't know how the postseason alignments are going to work out. But if we play Rochester Adams again this season, it isn't happening at their house. No. It's happening at here. The only teams that we will go on the road for are the 4 teams that did not lose a game. And that would be, unless something happened tonight while we were on the air, that would be Belleville, that would be Brighton, that would be Rockford, and I think the fourth one was Caledonia or Romeo or one of the other teams on the east side. I think it was another east side team. So anybody other than that, we're at home. And even those teams that went 8-0 or 9-0 as of tonight, any of them can get knocked off. And if any of them get knocked off, we're at home. So things are in great shape. Lakers are all set up for the best possible scenario. And then the other half of this, and I'll shut up here, is but I think I got that right, don't I? Yeah. So the other half of it is the team's got to get healthy. We got to get our guys back. We just think about it. We did that tonight without Rick Nance, without Samaj Morgan. Who else are we missing?
Without Kari Jackson. It's a big loss tonight for a lot of those guys. Without Adrian Epps also.
Right, Adrian Epps, of course. So hopefully some of those guys will be back next week. And we've got, I think, one of the most exciting postseasons ahead of us that we've had in a long time. There's no reason why. There's nothing that makes it any more difficult than it has in the past. Making your way through postseason is always difficult. Surprises can happen. You lose one game and it's done. But the Lakers have done a really good job tonight to preserve the opportunity to keep going and keep going as a leader, as the team that we expected them to be when the season started.
Yeah, got a few days to get healthy, get your head in order for a tough playoff push ahead. A lot of competitive teams this season. The Lakers playing arguably their best football as we're getting toward the end of the regular season, and once they get their guys back, it's going to be dangerous for the rest of the state.
All right. Anything else?
That's about it for me.
Okay,
Dave.
great job, Tyler. Nice job on the call tonight. Did a beautiful job. Calvin, great job on camera tonight. You look like you were having fun there, so thank you very much.
That's
Jared,
Clark.
rather. Give Calvin.
Calvin has the week on.
I'm so tired. Jared Clark, good job tonight. Thank you very much. You know, I always screw up everyone's name. John Atwater, our director, great job tonight. That was a great game, and we have had so much fun all season long. I am not sure. I just don't know whether we can do any more video. We certainly can't do it the way we've been doing it. We'll be working on it this week. At the very least, we'll be back here with radio coverage for the postseason, and who knows, maybe a little bit more. But John Atwater, let me shake your hand in the air. It's been great having you with us, even though you're a Lake Orion guy. We really we appreciate having you here. Anything else, Tyler?
That about wraps it up. Exciting playoff push ahead. Selection Sunday, of course, on Sunday evening about 6 o'clock from my friends at Bally Sports.
Right, tune in Bally Sports. And
that's also where tomorrow Belleville is going to be playing their game at 12 noon.
Who do they play tomorrow?
Not that I just had up. I believe it is Brighton.
Belleville and Brighton.
Belleville and Brighton.
Belleville and Brighton are playing each other?
Belleville and Brighton, 12 noon, Bally Sports tomorrow.
All right, well, I'm going to be watching that game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Thank you very much for tuning in. Congratulations to the Lakers to get where they have been. It's been a great regular season, and the fun is just beginning. Make sure you're here next Friday night. Stay tuned to Civic Center TV and all of our outlets for more information about our contest, who's going to be here, and our coverage. So for the entire crew, thank you very much for tuning in. And Larry Nyland, a big, huge thank you back in the studio for keeping us on the air. That's going to be it. The Lakers come up with a victory tonight. It was a tough one. West Bloomfield 16 and Utica Eisenhower 13. For the entire crew, thank you for tuning in and good night.